Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am your host, Ahmani Brown. It's been a little minute, not that long, long enough. I am here with your boy Leon
Hello.
and Pele.
What fucking year is it? Holy shit.
Yeah, Pele hasn't been here for a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. We've kind of gotten to the point where we do like 2 of these a month, or like 1 of them a month. It's a little weird. It's getting there.
We'll fix it. Don't worry. We'll get back to it to the usual regimen.
We're doing.
We got
stuff.
a lot to
We're
talk
busy.
about today, at least, so.
We do. We actually have a ton of stuff. So, first off, I guess we'll get into the fact that the State of Play happened today. So, there's a stream that has all of our reactions to that. And this will probably go into slightly more discussions on that. So,
Oh, yeah.
what is the number one thing you want to talk about from the State of Play?
Leon, you first.
The Onimusha.
Oh yeah, the demo dropped too.
Yeah, I haven't touched it, but that is something that I am going to be doing when I get a chance to. So
I'll do it once we're done with everything, since we were also in the middle of watching Spider-Man Noir.
Yes. I think I am the only one that has actually knows how that game plays currently. And
yeah,
I could say
Motherfucker was playing it while we were watching it.
I can do both.
Yeah, you can. We couldn't.
I've done before. I just wasn't wanting to play at the moment. Also, I think I probably have to make space. I'm not totally sure how much space I have.
It's only 12 gigs. It's only 12 gigs.
Oh, okay.
The number one thing is that it has 2 control schemes. One is an aggressive one, and one is defensive. I played on defensive. I think defensive fits me better, actually, surprisingly.
Then it's actually
kind of fun. The idea is parry. I think defensively parry is on L1. It's on L1, and dodge is circle, with your strong and heavy attacks being square and triangle, I believe. I think it changes it to where it almost changes it to Devil May Cry controls, where parry becomes a square. Parry and block is square. Your examine button is L1, and then I think it's triangle for light and circle for heavy, with X being evade is the aggressive controls. It's not bad. It's like I said, it's closer to Devil May Cry actually. Which is weird because like I don't know, I just kind of went with it. I was like I was having fun now. I do like how they've reintroduced Esens in general. It's kind of clean. They've done it to where like if you get perfect parries, you can do an Esen. If you do a perfect dodge, like in the old games, you can do an Esen. You can deflect. You also have the ability to deflect. So if you hit L1 and X, I don't know what it is on the aggressive mode, but on defensive mode, it's L1 and X. You can push block, essentially. So something attacks you, you can knock it back. But if you use deflect on like arrows with perfect timing, you could send the arrows back at people. It's fun. It's fun. It seems like a vibe. I don't think it's gonna be very hard. I think bosses might be kind of interesting. I mean, when I was playing, I had to sit up a little bit when I was doing one of the actual like boss fights of the game.
You had to put that gamer lean in.
Yeah, I think when you're fighting enemies, it's not that hard. It's actually quite simple. I don't think it'll be. It kind of is maintaining a little bit of that survival horror element that existed in like the first 2, right? But like, it is treating you like. Best way I can describe this is it leans more into the idea that you are Leon as a protagonist, as opposed to being like Himiko. Not Himiko. Hinako from Silent Hill F, right? Where like
Hinako,
yeah. Hinako's very strong, but like things hurt in that game. In this game, it's very much like, no, you are very strong. These demons are trapped in here with you. It's not like Doom music is playing, but like when I was playing it, I found like I was just deflecting everybody. I was like, okay, perfect dodge, step to the side, done. You're dead. And I do think that does play a role into it, because when you are doing stuff like Esens and perfect parries and things of that nature, it makes the game way easier. So depending on how good you are at defensive skills, which is why I played on defensive mode, I usually like doing the defensive skills a little bit more, will determine how good you are at absolutely annihilating everything in that game. I'm just gonna say that right now. If you like things like perfect parries and perfect dodges, and you're good at that, man, they throw a lot of enemies at you, especially in that demo towards like the end. You start to see more of the number of enemies you're likely to see in the game, and I might as well have just been playing like Arkham Batman or something, the way I was destroying people, bro. I was just like, sidestep, dead. Sidestep, dead. Parry, dead. They also have another cool mechanic you guys will see. There is a blade barrage mechanic, which I will say this, I didn't get this one down packed, but it is purely on the idea that you have a single-handed strike, like a one-handed sword strike, and a two-handed sword strike. And apparently, the idea is for you to do the opposite that your opponent is doing, so that you can get ahead on them, is the idea. And it's a little weird. I'm not going to pretend like it's not, because you have to be able to recognize if they're using a one-handed strike or a two-handed strike. But if you don't inherently know what the enemies use normally, it kind of just happens, and you can just guess whether or not like you got it right. It's kind of a 50-50 shot, so like sometimes you just don't get it, and it's just because you were in the middle of a combo and didn't realize it just happened. You're like, oh shit. But it is a thing that can happen, and if you're paying attention, and you can make it work. It's not too difficult. It's just one of those things that you'll just have to be like wary of when it happens. But parrying in that game feels really good. They do like a crazy slowdown when you do it, and like the camera zooms in, and you get like all the sparks going on and everything. It's really cool. I would say you guys are gonna have fun with it. Probably be a nice one to genuinely stream or have some fun with. Like, it's not gonna be an issue. So I'd say good vibes. Good vibes from Onimusha from what I played. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. But what are some other things you guys are looking forward to?
Tokon is gonna be fun, be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. That
Tokon's announcement,
fascinating to me so far, is what I will say.
With the state of play announcement, they showed off 3 new characters for Dr. Doom's team, specifically Knights of Doom.
And that team is Magneto, Green Goblin, and Carnage. If you know anything about me, I'm really excited for one of those. Well, 2 of them. I like Magneto. Magneto showing up is awesome, actually.
So Magneto's also what we've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels weird to not have him in a game like this, though, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's right. But it also would be weird to not have any X-Men representation. I think Apocalypse would have been a good pick, actually, for this game. Instead of Magneto,
I suggested Mr. Sinister for a while ago, since I would like to see...
That's also true. Mr. Sinister also would have been a really good pick. But Magneto's cool. Like, I mean, like, I'm always going to be down for Magneto. He's the guy. He's the X-Men villain.
Put Charles in there in his chair. Just him floating in the chair.
I think what's funny is
that he's part of the Knights of Doom. Like, I don't know exactly he would work well with Doom.
Good.
I mean, if Magneto's there,
because everyone keeps saying that. I think
so.
I think the craziest part about that entire team is getting Carnage to work with anyone. I think that's like regardless of who was on that team, Carnage is one of those.
As long as Doom gives a Carnage enough supply of enemies to kill, that's usually how it goes for it.
Yeah, but
and
it's
Green Goblin's also
someone that wants to work with people.
No,
it's gotta just a murder.
That's why you gotta make him think that it's what he wants.
Which, I mean, yeah, fair. Doom could do that. He could make that happen.
It is Doom. Doom be doing wild things.
Yeah. The thing is that Doom is actually a very like amicable person in a lot of cases. He's arrogant, but like the idea is like, hey, he can talk to you about things. He can respect you as like a leader, and I think he respects Magneto as like a leader of his people. So he's like, yo, from one leader to another, this is how we got to do it. And Magneto's just like, all right. I see it. I see the vision.
As long as it preserves mutant kind. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that definitely got me going, like, oh man, is well, so far, this roster has done a good job at picking people that like haven't been done before, to be fair. I'll give them that. But I do think that it's kind of crazy that the villain team has 2 Spider-Man villains. And like, I'm easily the biggest Spider-Man fan here, and I'm one of the biggest Spider-Man fans in general. But like, I could go and look at that and be like, I don't think we needed 2. I don't think we needed 2.
Especially
2 on launch.
Yeah, 2 on launch.
Crazy for like,
and especially underneath the team up for villain team, which is like, okay, that's not fair. But then again, I guess because we have 2 Spider people on Spider-Man and Friends team, so.
And like I said, biggest Spider-Man fan. A penny is a pick. And Penny is a choice.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it was, like, just Spider people as a whole, like, the Spider-Verse stuff, like, cool, I guess, more Spider Power theme stuff, but, like, no, Spider-Man Friends. It's Miss Marvel, okay, fine. Penny, sure. Star-Lord, I don't know Star-Lord's and Spider-Man's relationship well enough.
Oh, yeah. Star-Lord feels like the odd man out on that team, and, like, technically speaking, he is the odd man out of that team. But the real, actual odd one is Penny. Because, like, she's not from that. She's actually just from a different universe.
Universal entirely,
in this version. Like, it's not even like oh, yeah, Penny's just canon in this universe. That's just where she is, right? She's like his daughter. No, it's just, she's from another universe, even in this story. And I'm like,
yeah. Penny's not part of 616. Yeah. Penny's not part of 616 whatsoever.
I hate to be like that, because it's like, oh, yeah, you get to eat as a Spider-Man fan, and I'm just kind of sitting there being like, I mean, you had picked. I mean, I
guess they had to go again. So, like, they were going for more of like different angle theme, like they're trying to make more unorthodox choices. Like we had Miss Marvel in a fighting game before. We had we never had Penny Parker in a fighting game before. We had Spider-Man obviously in a fighting game before. That's why they avoided like Nova, because he was in MVC3. They never did White Tiger, so I guess they didn't want another
Tiger could have
cat
been a cool
theme hero.
But
I guess they didn't want to do
White Fox.
Black Panther's in a shirt.
I mean, White Fox would have been kind of cool to put in this one.
Yeah, but again, no association with Spider-Man. That's the weird part.
But part of it is like, okay, so the deal with Spider-Man's team is it's just a hodgepodge team-up adventure with like whoever it is, right? But then I'm like, okay, well then if his was going to be like the weird team-up team, remove Penny. Put someone else in. Like, that's the best way I can describe this. Is like, if we just wanted to do characters related to Spider-Man, then why is Star-Lord there? But Star-Lord's in universe, so then it's like, okay, well,
Penny's not in universe. Want to have a
weird
here's the thing.
Team-up team, then
I get
remove Penny. Like, why we could have put someone else that would have been really cool in that slot.
Johnny would have been cool.
Johnny would have been sick. I'm not even gonna lie. Johnny would have been perfect, actually.
They wouldn't. I guess they didn't want to do Johnny Storm because that would be like forcing association with the other members of the Fantastic Four.
Because you're sitting there going like, oh, well, what about the rest of the Fantastic Four? And it's like, well, I mean, you could still do Johnny would be really cool in a fighting game. Like, obviously, the Thing would be really cool, and Invisible Woman and everybody else.
And it's Fantastic and all that such, yeah.
But like, obviously, we're not doing that with what's happening. So you just put Johnny in there and call it a day, or Iceman. Either Bobby or
Drake.
Him or Johnny would have been fine.
I mean,
if you want to be more pedantic from again a different universe, I would have been totally okay with Shadowcat.
Kitty would have been awesome. Actually, would have loved Kitty to be in this. I'm not kidding.
Fucking Felicia. She'd do
it. Black Cat.
Wasp would have been cool in this, as opposed to like, it's like there's a lot of options they had for that 4th character slot, and they chose. I mean,
if you're going to go with like a Spider-Man association, they could have done Spider-Woman, even though she doesn't really associate much with Spider-Man.
They could have did Spider-Woman. I mean, the number one thing for me is I'm sitting there going like, Miles is right there, and he hasn't been done in anything else. But like,
no,
the one we needed was Howard the Duck. That one's the one we needed right there.
Yeah, because that's the one.
Howard the
Duck. And then obviously we go over to the villain team, and it's like, okay, so Green Goblin and Carnage. I'm like, okay. You could have.
That's 2 Spider-Man villains right there. Like, what the fuck?
Again, and I'm like, okay, well, We could have had one Spider-Man villain, whether it be Green Goblin or Carnage. I would have preferred you just pick one.
I would have preferred they switched out Green Goblin with Doc Ock.
Yeah, but you still run into the same issue. Where it's
You
just,
do,
like,
but a
too
Doc
many-
Ock would have been more interesting, I would say.
I mean, I agree, but like it's just one of those things where it's just like
I'd say the Mandarin would be kind of neat. Just throw in there.
Mandarin would have been sick. I think the Mandarin would have been cool.
You
You wanted a villain? Put Hank Pym in it. Yellow Jacket. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You wanted a bad guy team? Put in there.
Ultron. For some reason,
Ultron would have been sick.
We had Ultron and NBC Infinite.
Still,
We did. Yeah, he was in there. He was in there. You're right.
He
but,
was
like-
Ultron Sigma.
Yeah, because Ultron was
I
in
think.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had Ultron Sigma. I think there was regular Ultron and there was regular Sigma. So, I mean, even still, I still would have just preferred Kingpin. Would have been cool.
Tombstone.
Or we just saw Tombstone. Well, that's
Yeah.
technically a Spider-Man villain, so maybe not
I
Tombstone.
mean, yeah, it's like okay. Let's focus on Avenger villains because there's not really a whole lot that's not like originally just
Baron
solely
Zemo.
Avengers. Baron Zemo.
Baron
That'd be
Zemo
cool.
off
With
rip.
him with a shield and a sword, hell yeah.
Or Taskmaster, that would have been another one. I mean,
Taskmaster
we already
would be fun.
had him, but we never.
We already had
Zemo, so Zemo
Taskmaster,
would've-
yeah. Zemo would've been a
Red
nice option.
Skull is an option. I
He's
think
never been
Red
done.
Skull
He's-
might be off limits, though, for obvious reasons.
What's
but
the monster
Red
that's
Skull,
associated with them? It's always alluded in Marvel Rivals because you always see his face in like the beginning screen.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like a 10.
The
He's
monster?
associated with it specifically in Rivals, but I forgot what his name was. Hive.
Hive,
Yeah, Hive
yeah.
could have been cool.
Hive would have been neat.
Okay.
Thanos.
Thanos would have
Thanos
been.
would've been
I mean,
cool.
Thanos would have been cool, but I'm also kind of looking at it and be like, we could do better than just Thanos. Like, genuinely, I feel like Thanos is a little overplayed with how much he actually
Fine.
does.
Mogo.
It's obviously because of the MCU, but like at the same time, it's just like, I mean, Thanos is around, but he's not like
This is
around
not
that
Mogo.
much.
Fuck a fucking DC. What's the hell's the planet thing? That's related to Star-Lord for some reason.
Oh, Mogo. Again, in comics. No, that's not associated. But Ego, you're thinking Ego. Thinking Ego. Yeah, Ego was turned into his dad, even though that was not the case in the comics. His dad was the prince of something like that, and he had like elemental abilities, and they're just not associated very much because he's a dick still.
Doesn't he ever use his elemental abilities, or just
In the movies, no.
no? Just
In the
general,
comics, they're not associated. So yeah, no, because they're not
Yeah.
associated at all.
Yeah,
Like that's
because
not
like
his dad.
like Star-Lord doesn't have any elemental powers at all in the movies. He does have some elemental powers in the comics to some degree, and in the game, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, yes.
I mean,
Interesting.
another one could have been like, you could have did Dak.
Spartax, that's it, right? The king of Spartax.
Wanted to do more villains. I mean, like Dakin would have worked. Sentry or would have also been kind of cool. Or Blue Marvel could have had a hero that's on Doom's team, just kind of like understands like the deal with it.
Mephisto would have been cool, especially since they're setting up the Midnight Suns.
Oh,
Possibly.
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Mephisto, nah, because Mephisto would never work with Doom. He fucking hates Doom.
Exactly.
But Blackheart could be cool to have him back.
Black-
I'm not gonna lie.
Black-
Bring back
yeah.
Blackheart in that way would have actually been kind of sick.
Yeah, Blackheart was in MVC 1?
Yeah.
No, 2.
No, he's in 2. He's in 2.
Yeah, MVC 2, and I hadn't seen anything else, and we only see his shitty portrayal in the first Ghost Rider movie.
Nah, I just feel like there's like a ton of Marvel villains you could have used that didn't have anything to do with
Well,
them.
and that's what I think these guys are trying to do. Like, they're still doing this same basic association with some predictable ones. Like, we got the classic.
Hulk is on the Avengers team. I was about to say they could have did Red Hulk,
Yeah.
but Hulk is actually on the
I
Avengers
mean, Red
team,
Hulk
so-
could be different to a point, maybe.
I mean, they could, but I wouldn't want to do it with Hulk being right there. You know what I mean? Like, he's right there.
Red Hulk
It's-
and Red Hulk would not do too much of a difference. Like,
It's a similar.
if you do
reason-
Abomination or somebody else,
Abomination could
yeah,
have
sorry.
actually been really cool, but like a
Mhm.
similar reason why like I can understand them not doing Miles, though I feel like Miles, his power set is clearly different enough that he could be a completely different character, but neither here nor there. But like I can understand someone looking and going like, okay, we don't, based off of pure visuals, being like we don't need inherently like another character that looks like just like the same. Like Red Hulk and
because we
Red Hulk
don't
and
need a
Green
color
Hulk look the
swap.
same.
We do not need a color swap.
It's just a color swap, and I can understand someone going and looking at Miles and Peter and going like, "It's a color swap." Obviously, you can make them completely different models, but
well, I think that's because like if they're going to do another character that has like a similar name or similar background, they have to not just make the color swap changes, but also make their style significantly different enough to make him different. Because I'm pretty sure what they would want to do, and this is a guess for to make it significantly different, if they do Red Hulk, give him like a crazy different look. Like maybe give him a fucking mohawk.
This would be like weird but funny. Galactus's daughter, Galacta.
Galacta.
On the Doom team, no.
No, not the Doom team. No.
Oh, the Doom team is crazy.
Okay, so since we're now at the point where we're getting like odd choices, surprise choices for Midnight Suns, we're not going to go for the base. We're not going to get some predictable ones fully. We're probably going to get. We still got Robbie Reyes. We're probably going to get Blade. Moon Knight was apparently the third option, and the fourth one has to be a wild card. Zach thought it might be Deadpool.
The one below all.
Yeah, I feel like
the one below all. That's not fair.
That thing answers Leon.
That's not fair, and you know it.
I'm just throwing out some random shit. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can tell.
I was going to say Living Tribunal, then Eternity as well. So I'm like,
Jesus.
Yeah, these are still like not good picks.
No, it's only like, oh no, Franklin Richards.
Yes.
Yeah. When I'm thinking about it in general, I'm just kind of like, well, I mean, as far as that team's concerned, you could do Deadpool. I mean, it'd be kind of.
It's gonna be a wild card choice. It's gonna be a wild
in this game. At least not base roster.
Yeah,
but like I think
not base roster, but it's probably
wild.
DLC.
I think it would be wild to make a Marvel game and not have Deadpool in it because of the fact of how popular he is.
He sells very well. He's gonna be DLC at the. He's gonna be DLC even if it's not base roster. He's gonna be DLC. Yeah. That's a guarantee.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, you gotta kind of do him at some point. Although,
well, that's why Zach also mentioned like we can also do maybe his daughter or Lady Deadpool.
That'd be cool.
Go female
that'd
angle.
Be a really nice way of doing it. Is to do his daughter.
I
prefer to do his daughter actually. Yeah. That way it's a little different. You get the same vibes. It's still Deadpool.
Yeah. I made the joke like just do fucking princess. That'll be hilarious. Because you want to be strange. That is definitely strange.
Oh, Deathstrike would have been a really cool one to have on the villain team.
Lady Deathstrike? Yeah,
Lady Deathstrike would have been sick. I just thought about that. Yeah, like actually Deathstrike would have been a really nice one. Madam Mask is like an Iron Man villain you could have did on the villain team as well. So Green Goblin as well.
I'm trying to think in terms of like because like I don't know what the choice process Arc System Works does when the selecting characters for it because like you got the predictable ones because you're always gonna have you're always gonna need
like design
or choice of interest because like they must have like either a slot saved over because like there's so many different Marvel characters. The whole team like we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this, and like it becomes easy and popular because Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Hulk are 5 most easy picks of any Marvel themed game. Period.
Bingo system. It's just bingo.
I think they literally looked at who was done already and who hasn't been done, and they tried to pick a bunch of characters that like hadn't been done. So like Star-Lord hadn't been done.
Has been done,
but like he hadn't been done in the fighting games.
Yeah, Star-Lord has been done. Robbie Reyes specifically never has been done.
They never done Robbie Reyes specifically. Obviously,
they
had the obvious picks of like you got to do Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hulk. They chose Black Panther, but they went with a different Black Panther this time because they're like, well, Black Panther has done in
Magic has never been done, which is cool.
Yes, he's never been in a fighting game, so they did Magic.
Wolverine's predictable. We knew that was going to come out the get-go.
He's Wolverine. They was like they kept.
He's the most popular X-Men. He's the most popular mutant. That's always going to be expected.
They kept Storm. They kept Magneto, right? And then they was like,
and they kept Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom plays different from what he was, though.
Yeah, but it's like Dr. Doom is one of those ones that it's like, yeah, you probably should put him in there. And then, I mean, they could have did people like the High Evolutionary, but I guess they looked at people who might have interesting movesets. I mean, while also doing it.
Do you think that they actually put people from Marvel Rivals as well? Like,
I think part of it was them looking at people from Marvel Rivals because I think that's how we got Penny. I'm gonna be real honest. I think the Spider-Verse movie and her being in Marvel Rivals made them go like put Penny in this game. because then you get another like Asian character that's there and gets to do a little something different. I think you could have put Silk instead. That's just me. Silk would have been a great pick. I keep having a ton of picks over her, but like, Silk
I mean,
way better.
I mean, Asian representation is not really going to be a thing in this one in like terms of character choices. Their Asian representation is done mainly from the design because obviously the mecha design is really different
designs overall. So like big mecha is very different. There's no one else in the series that has that. I mean, like Iron Man has his big Hulkbuster, but like it's a super when he does that. But no one else is like that normally. So it's like, okay, you do mecha thing and you could do cool stuff with it. She looks cooler than doing fucking MODOK, which is fair, right? So it's like, yeah. But like, I'm also trying to think about who else could have been like on the villain team, and you mentioned maybe some of the ones that could be on the Midnight Suns, which obviously we're thinking that it's going to be a Midnight Suns team. It doesn't actually have to be one at all.
Zach also thought about maybe considering Hela, even though I'm not sure exactly that would fit. And if like want to do Midnight Sun recently, we could technically do Lilith since
his team should be Mystic stuff. But I would not be surprised if his team is just next generation characters either. Because
I mean, the next generation would be at the moment would be like since Joe Nelson brought this up with the comic book tie-in they're about to do, it might be something Thor related or just straight up Clea, Doctor Strange's wife, since Doctor Strange is currently dead in the comics.
Right, they didn't put Thor in here, did they?
Nope. But he's getting a cover variant, which is like okay.
They should put Valkyrie on his team, actually.
Yeah.
I think they should put Valkyrie on his team, actually. I'm thinking about that. They didn't do Thor, but I think they should have something from that area that represents, and I think that would be a cool one. I think genuinely having Valkyrie on that team would be cool. If they did, especially if they kept, like, Moon Knight, like we said, and Blade, potentially, Valkyrie would be cool. Instead of Blade, they could do Bloodline.
Yeah.
They could just do Bloodline, and that's fair. Like, she'd be cool. As far as Moon Knight goes, there's that Moon Squire. I don't think Moon Squire is gonna be in this. I don't think Moon Squire.
I mean, we're gonna get Mark Spector because he's the only like famous and known Moon Knight that we know of. I know there's been other Moon Knights, but he's the only known one that most people would be familiar with, especially with he's got the show and all that such.
I think there's a ton of them that like I want them, and it's gonna sound really weird. I want them to go for weirder choices. And I think that's been the weirdest part about this roster.
And I agree. That's why they did Danger from X-Men.
I think that's the weirdest part of it. I think the X-Men team, genuinely, I think the X-Men team is the best team they've made so far in this game. Like, as far as balance goes. Like how
Storm, Wolverine.
Yeah, because you get Storm and Wolverine, which are popular choices, right? It's
popular, predictable choices. Magic's a little off,
lesser known, but she's popular, but like she's not as popular as the other two. And then you got Danger, which is a completely like, whoa, really? Like
that's a deep cut, yeah. That's a deep cut character because no one's
the Spider-Man team is really weak. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Amazing Friends because
people know Spider-Man. Some people know Peter Parker. People know the characters to some degree, but like association is very weak.
Yeah, it's just a really weird blend. And you know, I'm okay with like Spider-Man and Miss Marvel. Like that kind of works. Those are street tier characters, and then it just kind of went places, and I'm just like.
Here's the thing: instead of doing like Spider-Man, they could have just done Defender's theme, like put Spider-Man.
That's how I feel about it. Like Daredevil or Luke Cage or something. Like that could have been a really interesting team, mixing a little bit more like
because both Daredevil and Luke Cage have never been in a fighting game.
Yeah, those would have been great picks for that one, and that could still happen with Robbie's team.
Well, yep,
that could still happen. But like those would have been really good picks for Spider-Man's team as far as like association goes. And then I'm looking at the Avengers team isn't bad, it's just obvious.
Yeah, Captain America, Iron Man.
The Avengers team is not bad, it's just real obvious. The only odd pick that they did was by going with Shuri Black Panther, specifically. And they went with Green Scar Hulk, which is kind of weird, but not really. It's just a weird choice.
Weird variant of it. Yeah.
It's just like, it's got to be the Gladiator one. It's like, it has to be the Gladiator one?
So the official name for Spider-Man and Friends is called The Amazing Guardian. So, okay.
And I'm like, it's a little weird. And like, if that's the case, I would have actually preferred you to put an extra Guardians character in there to kind of make it look like. If you were, you could have made it mixed a little bit better. Is the best way I can describe it. You could either put an extra Guardian in there, like Mantis. I think Mantis would have been really cool in this game, actually.
Yeah,
But Mantis, Gamora
we
was
did
done
get
in Infinite,
Gamora.
but you could do
Yeah,
Drax would have been fun.
Drax been fun.
Like
Groot as a fighter would just be straight up fun because we got
no,
Rocket.
we never actually had him because we have Rocket, but we never had Groot.
Yeah,
So,
we
yeah,
had
Groot would've been really
Gamora and Rocket. Now we got Star-Lord, but we never had Groot. Groot as a fighter, I think, would be really neat.
Or you could have picked one of the ones that's on like Spider-Man's Guardians of the Galaxy team that's happening in the comics right now. You could have picked one of them, and put them on the team, right? But like,
I mean, that's too recent though. They wouldn't do that.
it is very recent, but it is still one of those things where it's like, hey, niche pick. We pick something, right? We pick something out of the niche, right? So it's like not everybody would know. It would be too recent, but you could do something to make people go like, oh, who's that, right? But again, Penny is just a weird pick.
Yeah.
She's just a weird pick. And not in like the fun, oh, who's that weirdo kind of thing. It's just like, wow, the cohesion here is really weird. I don't know how I feel about this. Same thing with the villain team, where it's like Dr. Doom's team. I was really expecting like villain leaders to pop up, and we got two of them. We got two of them. Technically, Green Goblin's been a leader before. I mean, and that'd be fine if Carnage
Dark
wasn't
Avengers.
there. Like, actually, that team would almost be fine if Carnage wasn't there. But I think more people wanted Carnage anyway, so, like, we could kind of remove Green Goblin. I don't know. It's just a weird pick. Overall.
It is weird picks, but, like, in the end of the day, it's going to be, like, just simply having the game come out and see how the community goes for it.
As crazy as it sounds, we could have just picked Loki.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of boring, but at the same time, Loki's never been in a fighting game, so like you get to kind of play around with the idea of Loki being in a fighting game, and he's worked with Doctor Doom before. Like that's not out of the realm of possibilities. He's done it, so it's like or Kang could have did Kang. Kang would have been cool.
Kang the Conqueror would be dope since we still haven't seen Kang much outside of the comics.
Bullseye would have been interesting. Like, even, like you said, Mitch the Sinister would have been really cool, but maybe we want to move away from X-Men. Claw. Right?
Yep.
Claw would have been interesting. Like, there's just better picks. Could have went with Wizard.
Killmonger?
I meant Killmonger on the stream. The Hood actually would have been really cool. I mean, like, he's coming up in Rivals currently, but like, yeah, the Hood would have been a really fun one to add in there. Like Armin Zola.
The Collector.
There's just a lot of characters you could have did. I think mainly they tried to stay away from certain characters that are associated with Hydra because Nazis. But like outside of that, like there's some other characters you could have picked that would have been like, yeah, let's do that. That's a fun one. Oh, Mordo would have been good. I just thought about that. Because you would have got a mystic villain in there. Yeah, Baron Mordo would have been good. Got a little extra magic thrown in there. Yeah. But,
Agatha?
What's done is done. They picked what they picked. We'll see what they pick next. I'm looking forward to that next team. I'm hoping it's filled with characters I really want to see. Because, I don't know. Dr. Doom kind of disappointed me a little bit. Not gonna lie. Like, obviously, Magneto's like, yay, glad you're back. Carnage is obviously yay, we're finally getting him. Bet.
Green Goblin's
Green Goblin's a disappointment, but like it's he's never been in it, so I've kind of got to look at it as like that's fair. There's a ton of people that like him, so it's like yeah, yeah.
Not the version I would have picked.
Not only is it not the version, it's just like really two Spider-Man representations here. Like you couldn't reach out to get like another villain from like anywhere else in the whole Marvel universe. Like no one. No one else. Well, no. I guess it came down to an idea of like they really were looking at the idea of like, hey, these two have never been done, and they were like, we could just make it work, kind of situation. And so I'm like, you picked some characters that never happened before, so I kind of have to be happy. I'm happy in that case, right? Because it's like, you get to play Green Goblin, you get to play Carnage. Both fans that wanted or were fighting over who it should be can be happy. It's there. I just would have picked some different people, like slightly different people. I would have wanted to grab other characters, especially if they're not well known, because the entire Doom team is well known. They just are. Like, there's no one on there that's like niche, like a niche pick. You can argue Carnage, but Carnage is popular. You can argue Green Goblin, but like how?
He's the main one.
But like he's known as the main Spider-Man villain, so it's like how?
Hobgoblin?
And, again, it's still a Spider-Man villain. So
I know. I was just thinking like.
I mean, that would have been a better pick. That would have been a more niche pick. And honestly, you could have done some really interesting things because Hobgoblin's had some really fascinating designs overall. Like, he's had the version where he has, like, the newer version where he has wings and a sword is like a way more interesting character going on, and would still have the same kind of flight tech stuff that's going on that he has currently. But again, my biggest issue would be like, hey man, that's another Spider-Man villain. You sure we couldn't pick somebody else? But like, hope obviously the roster will get added, new characters will get added. This problem gets fixed simply by more characters existing in the game, right? So as time goes on, it's gonna be fine. It's just a small gripe now, but
here and now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's another one that we want to talk about?
Let's go ahead.
God of War.
Oh yeah, God of War Lou Freya, right?
Lao Fei.
Well,
Loy Fei, if you want to go.
Yeah, because her name is Faye. I keep saying Freya. I don't know why. Yeah. Freya's in the game, but that's not her. It's Lao Fei.
Faye.
Yeah,
second wife.
Faye's getting her own game in what seems to be the afterworld of the gods, which is interesting in its own right. I'm not gonna lie. I will say this. I'm excited for it because of the fact that this seems to be a bit more, weirdly enough, despite us not involving Kratos at all, more of a return to how God of War used to feel. Because I'm not a huge fan of the new feeling God of Wars, like the newer ones. I like the zoomed in camera and some of the stuff that's like the combat's not bad, but I have my own issues with like the RPG mechanics that's being tied to your armor level and all this other stuff that's happening in that game that I'm just kind of like that just dulled down my experience and made me less interested in those games, especially coming from the original like trilogy, the original 5 games that they did. Well, 6 games that they did because they did.
Don't forget Ascension, yeah.
Yeah, because they had Ascension and then they had the 2 prequels. So the original 6 games they did. But you know, this feels like a nice mesh between the two, despite Kratos not being involved. No, I was like, based on what like I was seeing, it doesn't. I mean, I guess we haven't seen if she gets new equipment or not. We'll see. But
she's already got a sword, talking ribbons, and like
she's doing air combos and things like that. And it's like, okay, the way she's juggling enemies in really fascinating ways, and it's kind of fun. So it's like, okay, this could be really cool. This feels more like the old games, while still retaining some of the DNA from the new stuff. And I think it's it could be really fun. I didn't think we were gonna be introduced to a character like this. Genuinely, I thought the next game we were playing is gonna be like Atreus.
Yeah,
I thought Atreus might be the one that we're playing as.
I mean, we did expect to play a character that died before the events of both games. So
yeah, that I for sure wasn't expected to be doing that. And I think they went out of their way to make something cool with her. So I'm like, all right, this could be really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. And my hopes are high. They might get tempered. We'll see. But
I just hope they don't put themselves in a writing hole or just don't feel tired of finishing the story for it. Since I know that was my problem with God of War Ragnarok, because they were getting tired of having to wait another 5 years to develop the next game, so they kind of rushed the ending.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the weirdest part so far about those games is the fact that, like, they're long. They're kind of long and a little... I would argue the last one insists upon itself. Like, the Ragnarok insists... It's just... He kind of keeps going after a certain point, just like, okay. Alright. Whereas, like, the first one, I didn't really mind the length, but like I said, I had my own gripes that kind of bogged down the experience. Good game though, but like it made me very uninterested in playing it. I finished those games. It was like, this is fun, but I kind of don't want to pick up another one. So like I'm hoping this one overall with a new protagonist that's not angry off rip, I guess, and just genuinely seeing what we could do. Because like I think even in the stream itself, a ton of us were just fascinated with her new weapon that she had, like the sword with the ribbons in itself.
Yep.
We're just like, this is cool. And I also think the idea of doing the afterworld of the gods is a very interesting thing to do. I think we all were looking at it being like, dang, like are we in the same area again? Because it did feel really weird to get another third game in the same area, especially since the last one kind of finished the way it did.
Yeah.
But like you get to do so many interesting ideas being in this new world that they have us in, because it's just like anybody can show up. Who you want to show up? Horus? He can show up. Like Quetzalcoatl? Fuck it, he's there.
Right, why not? Want Papa Zeus to come back? Absolutely.
Like, yeah, to fucking do it. Like, Baron Somni, he's there. Why not? Like, you could just throw things at this, and it's kind of like, okay, this can be kind of sick.
Because I was thinking the entire time, like, what mythology involves a talking ribbon connected to a sword and a talking living cube of slime? Because I don't recall any mythology involving eating living slime. I know that exists in D&D, not mythology.
But you know what? This seems like it could be fun.
Yeah,
it seems like it's based on just that gameplay alone, like the gameplay intro that we saw. It's very clear that they're having fun with the idea, and I'm curious if this is going to be a shorter game. I'm genuinely wondering if this is going to be like a Miles Morales or
I'm actually kind of hoping it to be a shorter game, mainly because I don't,
a little bit.
like I mentioned, like I expected before, I don't want them to put themselves in a writing hole and having to suffer near the end.
Personally, I see it being a shorter game. I can imagine them going further with it because, you know, they're bringing in all the gods. They can bring in all the gods, so anything can happen. Like yeah. There could be a whole moment where they've gone through the story, maybe fought, like, I don't know, someone from Egypt, Hindu.
Because I'm trying to think of those two gods that we did see there. Like, so, but what gods has canonically died in mythology?
Well, like I said, is it Horus? Horus.
That's Sekhmet and Bexi. Okay. The location is called Everywhen, and so that female god, that was Sekhmet.
Yeah. Technically, Ra, it would be one too, since he always dies in the beginning of his cycle, and then he comes back alive.
He gets reborn. That's his whole deal.
We might see Baldur pop up here.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, when it came
Tibetan Buddhist god of war,
because we did kill him in the first game. Like, so you're not wrong. It's usually what starts Ragnarok. So like, you're not like, we might actually see him pop up at some point in this game.
Yeah, you would have like him, us talking to Zeus, then Baldur pops up, and then Odin pops up. Maybe even Thor pops up too. And they can like extend the story from that, unless it's like a time warp where, oh yeah, this just happens whenever or the hell, because the afterlife and such.
But yeah, we could see some interesting things.
So Sekhmet was ancient Egyptian goddess of war, so they're all gods of war.
Oh, is that funny that all the villains are going to be the god of war? That's funny.
Different gods of war.
That could actually be really funny.
Bexi was the Mongolian god of war, and Sekhmet. Yep.
Oh, if they're smart, we have to run into Ares. Actual talk, like real talk. We have to run into Ares in this game. If we don't run into Ares, they've missed a complete opportunity. Like, they fucked everything. We don't even have to see Zeus. Like, I feel like we should, but if there's anyone we should see, it should be Ares, actually.
No. We don't see. No. We don't see Ares. We see Mars. And if we don't see Zeus, we see Jupiter.
I mean, that'd be funny, but stupid. Because... But they could do it. I mean, But like, yeah, I feel like that would be like a really good send off to everything that's happening in the series, and a really good acknowledgement of the stuff that's happened in the past. Let us see Ares.
Oh hell, just
We could also
all the
see
Greek gods that he's killed.
for I was
We
gonna
don't
say
have to
like
need
we
to see
stick
all
with
of them. I think
we got one we also got one Egyptian god with Sekhmet. Like if we continue on with the other Egyptian ones, we could also get there's a lot of Egyptian gods of war. For example, Bast. We can for Marvel Association, we could get the Wakandan.
it's true. We could see Bass. This
Yeah.
is under the assumption that Bass is dead, though. But like, yeah, we could see Bass.
Mm-hmm.
Bass would be a good.
We could see Ogun if they're dead. Again, these are just
Yeah. These are all,
they're all
obviously if they're dead type things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's a lot of
these
Gaelic
really
ones. That'd be dope. Gaelic has a lot of art, God of Wars as well. We can go for those. That'd be cool to see.
Mhm.
Trying to think
Every
of
Mhm.
who else. What else should we mention from the state of play?
Oh, I wanted to announce. Well, just mainly just a statement for this one because we saw more gameplay of Wolverine. I'm very excited and happy to
Yes,
see
we
it's
did.
bloody as ever.
It does look
But
great.
mostly just wanted to state the fact that a lot of games announcement essentially is going to make the winter season for us and a bunch of fans to be really hard on our wallets.
Winter season is crazy. It's specifically 2 weeks between September and October.
October. Yep. So Control Resonance, Stranger
Everything's
Than
coming out.
Heaven. Stranger Than Heaven, Onimusha, we don't have to worry about God of War, that's next year, thank goodness. Wolverine, let's see, Phantom Blade Zero, and a few others I'm missing off the top of my head, but we know those are coming out, and that's going to be expensive
Silent Hill
down the road.
The new Silent Hill game.
Silent Hill, yeah,
Yeah,
7,
Silent
that's 7 right there, yep, so like, oh god.
That's 7 games within 2 weeks, by the way. That's 7 games.
And that's
that
a
we are listening
lot
to
of
in 2
fucking
weeks.
money.
Or is it on
That's
average?
a lot of fucking
60
money.
On average, 2.67.
60 on average. I think Townfall is going to be about $40 because they're going to go for a cheaper price. It provides not a full on
That are
triple.
dropping in October, like October 1st, or something like that. Because Ace Combat
yes,
is another one.
Ace Combat's going to be another one. Let's see, October release dates again. Let's see.
But that state of play had a ton of them. Like, continue to look, but like
Yeah.
that state of play had a ton of games with just the September 20 something on the list of it, or October September single digit on that list, and we're just sitting there going like, bro, this is some of this is in the same week. Some of this is in the same week, actually. Some of it, like half that list we just mentioned. Is in the
we
same
got
week.
Blood of the Dawnwalker, Phantom Blade Zero, Marvel's Wolverine, Galactic Racer, and they haven't updated the list yet, but there's a few things that's coming out this year. Oh yeah, Alien Isolation 2, if that comes out later this year. That's gonna be heavy for me. The new Bloodstained game. Let's see.
Are those all in the same area?
This
like specifically
same year. They haven't announced the official release date yet.
Here's fine. We need to know like ones that are like landing directly in that same 2-week slot of going like, geez.
Okay.
Like,
I'm trying to
why?
find it because okay, this is here's better since it looks like it was updated only 4 hours ago. So let's start from September. Okay, so September as Blood of Dawnwalker, Marvel's Wolverine, let's see, Silent Hill Townfall, Control Res. Okay, starting off from September, we have Blood of Dawnwalker September 3rd, Phantom Blade Zero September 9th, Marvel's Wolverine September 15th. Let's see, Silent Hill Townfall September 24th, Control Resident September 24th, Onimusha September 25th.
Yeah.
October 1st, Rayman Legends Retold, Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, all of October 1st. Ace Combat 8 is October 2nd. Star Wars Galactic Racer is October 6th. And that is it for the first few weeks because like that's expensive. Oh yeah, and Stranger Than Heaven. Stranger Than Heaven is supposed to come out later this year. They don't have an official release date, but it's going to be the same time around September, October. We're fucked.
Yeah,
everything's just releasing then, and it's just like, wow, why did you do that to people? We were watching
like this is going to be expensive. This winter is going to fucking hurt. This winter's going to fucking hurt, man.
Hey guys, no Christmas presents by the way for this year. Okay, cool.
Right,
sure, cool.
Your wallet's getting shot right now. Actually, you put a hit list out specifically on these two.
Me and Jones haven't finished this recent early summer purchases because he bought Lego Batman. I still need to buy a 007 First Light.
That's true.
I still need to buy Chronos and a few other games.
Yeah, so many.
It's an expensive hobby. I don't know if I want to do it anymore.
Very expensive hobby.
It's a very expensive hobby, but I like it too much not to. I like it too much to not to give up on it, man. I just gotta slow my roll on purchasing things because our backlog keeps getting bigger.
You guys got to speed up on playing things. One of the two.
Yeah, I'll try to speed up on playing an RPG, man.
Yeah, speed read those dialogues.
I still have stuff that I haven't finished myself.
Here's the thing. I already developed that habit where I'm reading faster than they're talking on screen, but I'm losing a lot of the story still.
That's just because you're not retaining the information. You have to retain the information.
Yeah, that's my problem, because I'd rather have them read it, so say their lines that have line dialogue, because I want to hear their inflections, because reading is one thing. If someone's voice acting it and it's well done, that is a given tone, because one thing you can't quite tell about dialogue when it's written right down is tone and delivery.
That's true. That's very, very true.
Damn. I mean, true. The side of it is just impressions based on like how you hear things, but like, well, how you read things. I should say, not how you hear things, but I definitely get you.
Yeah. That's especially like it's an art form itself, because I'm a big fan of voice acting. I want them to do. I want to hear the performance they give on what they create and deliver, because sometimes it's horrible and other times it's great. I want to listen to the effort they put in, because I want to have a character evolve. It's still acting, you know. I want to experience it. Writing's writing. Acting's a different thing.
All right, so
another one I'm excited for. Well, we need to talk about this because I'm surprised you didn't bring it up, Ahmani. Kemuri.
It's true. That one's got style. It's not. It's coming out next year.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, don't have to worry about it right now. But like,
yeah. Kemuri is a game developed by Ikumi Nakamura, formerly of Tango, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Evil Within development Tango GameWorks. She developed has started a new lead studio called Unseen, making Kemuri, a very third-person character action heavy ghost hunting game. Very Ghostwire Tokyo, but in third person and a lot more style.
It looks so stylish. It's so up my alley. It's something I want to play, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
I just hope it doesn't become stuck in live service.
Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's supposed to be something similar to like a Monster Hunter type thing. So,
but remember, like another game that had a lot of style, but also flopped because of how live servicey functioned, and it was also a character action game, Babylon's Fall.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but Babylon's Fall was a live service game. Like it wasn't Monster Hunter like.
We do not know if this is going to be that. I hope to God not, but we'll see how that goes.
That doesn't seem like it. They didn't push anything that seemed like it was. It's just co-op. The only thing they said it's co-op. It feels a little unfounded to be worried about it being live service if the only thing they ever pushed was or said is that it's co-op.
Mm-hmm. Just like, well, we don't know the full designs. It's a third-person co-op for it, but I'm still concerned, like, if the design was forced upon them by Sony's initiative, because some live service stuff projects were being done for it.
That's the thing.
So a lot of them,
canceled almost all of the ones that were coming out, so I don't think this is one of those ones.
Thank goodness. Another one, I'm still excited for Control Resonance, because I gotta replay Control as a refresher in my brain now, like fucking Christ.
I'm just gonna hop into the next one. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Here's the thing, though, Monty, that you might need to also play Alan Wake 2.
I'm not worried about that.
Because there's Control DLC in Alan Wake 2. I know.
I'm just gonna go into the next one and call it a day.
Jesus, okay.
I hear
another
you.
one.
I'm just gonna keep moving.
Another one I'm excited for is Bencho the Chef, the prequel to Dave the Diver. I did not expect this, honestly. This looks really cool.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that one. What is it called again?
Boncho the Chef.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yep, and it's not like, oh, you're diving in the ocean collecting fish. No, you're doing a lot of extra shit on land, cutting shit up, petting cats, and like doing a lot of crazy stuff in 3D. It's like, oh wow, so this is what happens when they have a lot more money.
That's just fun.
Yep. But that's pretty much it of interest I have outside of. Well, there's Until Dawn 2. They announced it.
Yeah, no, that one's a cool one.
I had just realized something. Until Dawn 2 is not made by Supermassive Games. It's made by Fire Sprite.
Yeah,
That's why. So like, okay, so it's at the same studio. We'll see how that goes.
I'm wondering what that's about. Did a bunch of people leave Supermassive Games and go to Fire Sprite? Is that what's happening on that one,
No idea. It's
or is it
apparently
just that
Until Dawn
Sony
2 is
owns
just
it and then just said,
okay.
"Hey, someone
Here's the
else
thing.
make it"?
Despite the name, Until Dawn 2 apparently is a standalone experience.
And that makes sense. I mean, yeah, it
Yep.
makes sense. I wouldn't want it to be connected inherently, and it doesn't look like it is, so that's good.
No, Fire Sprite is not from people who left Supermassive Games. They've been around for a while. They started off their games working on the Playroom and a bunch of Vita titles with Run Sackboy Run. Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. They made The Persistence. They made a few VR titles, and yeah, they've been working on VR titles for a while.
Did they work on Until Dawn VR?
No, no,
No, huh?
no.
It just seems like a weird pick for them. I don't. I'm kind of
I
thinking
guess
about
it's
it, and I
like
just don't
they
really understand why they were chosen specifically to do this.
maybe they pitched it and like, oh, it's like a sequel, or the sequel was Sony wanted to do a sequel to Until Dawn 2 for the longest time, but Supermassive was too busy doing their own stuff. So like, okay, Fire Sprite, here you go.
Well, I hope it's good. I mean, I will say this: it doesn't look as good, not plot wise. Plot wise, it actually might be even better, low key. But like, it doesn't look as good as Until Dawn did when it came out. Is what I will say. Now,
No,
granted, it's still in development, but like, I don't know what it is about it. Something about it just doesn't look as like graphically like interesting, I guess. Because Until Dawn originally has like this kind of movie look to it. Like it looks like you're watching like a film. And something about the second one just does. I don't know what it is. It's very plasticky. I don't know how to describe it. Like because they're going for the whole realism. Hey, look at it's the actual actors thing. I don't think they were as good. I don't think the facial tech that they're using, whatever they're using in this one, looks as good to me. Like they look like
hmm.
the actors, but everything seems really. I don't. You guys kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit. Like it just doesn't. I guess it's just Uncanny Valley really just hitting it, but
It is, but I know because it's a different studio entirely. I don't know if they're using the same technology along with it because I think Supermassive is independent. They're not owned by Sony.
oh yeah. But that's why I'm looking at it being like it just looks a little strange. Like something about it just doesn't look right in comparison to how Supermassive has been doing their games, especially
Hmm.
recently. And although
Yeah, with the
Supermassive is
Korean.
not perfect with how they like how everything looks, their games look better than this game.
Yeah. For sure. But I guess we'll have to see the final result because we just saw the announcement trailer and on virtually
Yeah, so
little else.
maybe
So
it'll improve. Hopefully it improves.
hopefully
This
the
is the
writing
first
is
time.
good.
So yeah.
That's my only hope if the writing
If the
is
story's
good.
good, I have no worries. Genuinely no worries. I was like, it can look a little bit worse. Story's fire. I mean, like it. Who am I to bother? It's all good.
Yep.
All right. Anything else we want to mention?
No, that's it off the top of my head.
Pretty much it for me.
Got you. All right. So, well, that's this. What have you guys been doing? I actually will say this. Pele, you were talking about Spider Noir. You don't have to get into too many spoilers for it because obviously me and the owner are still watching it.
Yeah.
Thoughts though?
Oh, thoughts. A pretty good adaptation. Not gonna lie. It takes its own strides for it because I did have some expectations from it from like Spider Verse, obviously in the comic books, and I did read
Mhm.
some of the Spider Noir comic books back in the day. Um, it's taking its own stride on this entirely. There's not really much they're taking too much information from those original source materials, but they're do taking like traditional noir aspects and still fun like serial noir dramas like back from the around that time era, and it's like seeing Spider-Man doing this type of steel, this is pretty fun. It's not as deep or as complex as I was expecting it to, because with introduction a lot more humor involved, but it's still pretty interesting what direction this story goes, especially with like different takes. I will say this: you guys haven't seen it yet, but there's some performances seems a bit odd. If you ever watch, so I'll say this: Nicolas Cage is one of those actors who's a very interesting career choices, especially since how he takes inspiration performances from odd uh, origins. For instance, in this one, he was hesitant on the idea of playing Spider-Man for live action until he was told he was allowed to pretty much lean hard into the spider part of it, as in arachnid movements and behaviors.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. He was doing some weird things
Yeah.
a little earlier.
Yeah.
So, kind of get it. Fair.
So yeah, it's like, okay, I mean, expected for it, and they do take some like interesting liberties along with it, but I do enjoy for what it is, and I'm hoping they do a second season where they can lean onto more complex story writing or different types of adventures along the way. Since like this is something that expectations wise expect it to be good, don't expect it to be like any prior Spider-Man property per se.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Plus, it kind of has to be different for a number of reasons. Mainly the contract that Sony has anyway.
Yeah.
And there's some things that he's doing in this that you got to be like, yeah, we got to separate that.
I don't think Disney would like that.
I don't think we can. Yeah, Disney, I don't think will like this. So we got to like split that up a little bit.
Yeah. But can we talk about the fact that this is somewhat spoilers, I guess, but the whole scene with the falling moment is how it's always happening in general. Just
every single time.
Every single time. For those that know, yeah, I don't know what that's about. That keeps happening. It's not the only time they've done that.
Like, he was smarter.
Yeah,
he was smarter with his catch. Fortunately, he wasn't doing the dumb move.
Yeah,
with one hand.
but it was like every single time it fucking happens. Like seriously,
I
like are you?
I just want a parody of that happening and him just looking at the person like, I'm not catching you. I'm not gonna reveal my identity for you, piece of shit, and just let him drop and die.
It's never gonna do that.
I know, but it'll be fun. I think it'll be ironic and funny. Like, damn, you really didn't do it. Okay, shit.
So you crazy person. Why would I do that? Because you're an idiot.
I just met you. I don't love you like that. God.
But this is the thing. This is a new war. The love at first sight of the femme fatale in a smoke-filled jazz room.
Yes, so
picked the right person for that.
Yep.
Yes, eh?
It will. If it wasn't, it was anybody else that was. It was not. Black Cat. Then like, yeah, I don't think it would have worked as well. Well, maybe MJ, but I don't know.
I mean, technically she did it before. She did it first. She was one of the ones that did it
No,
first,
I get that.
actually,
I'm talking about like in terms of portrayal because she's an actress. Yeah.
But jeez, that toxic shit started with that one, and I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Every director thought that's a good way to like show love and commitment.
Like, we like the dynamic on that one. I'm not gonna lie, as a fan, I'm like, I hate the dynamic on that. That is crazy. Don't do that. That's insane.
And it spread. It went to the New Adventures of Superman thing where it's like, oh yeah, you'll catch me. I know you will. Like,
they just jump up. It's like, bruh.
Like, bruh.
I guess I'll have to force your hand. Why? Why are you doing that? There's literally no reason. Second thing, Pele, because you haven't been here for a while, you have watched
Oh, so yeah, I'll tell you what I watched all of Daredevil. I watched the Punisher. Yeah. Oh yeah. So all of Daredevil for that one. Better than the first season, thank goodness. There's a lot more setup work, but I do also feel like they tried putting too many pots in the pan on the burner because like there's a lot of things that just are not fully resolved and just some odd writing choices still because I still don't fully convince on certain things and really delivery. Bullseye, fucking great. Still enjoyed seeing him. The flashback episode was cool thematically. Thankfully, it wasn't a whole side quest thing that was in the first season with the bank robbery. It doesn't meander as much in this regard, but it does take a while before things kind of ramp up, you know?
Got you. I have to finally sit down and just watch through that. I haven't done that yet. I need to.
You're good. Yeah, that was just something I just trying to avoid saying too much for there. But like how it ends, like, oh, okay, all right, this could be lead into an interesting angle. It's just that it's still just some aspects are just a little unbelievable, if that makes sense.
I get you.
which also, ironically enough, leads into Punisher. Because after watching that, I do enjoy it. It's the first half of it is slow, and the second half is like your predictable Punisher onslaught action, all that such.
Got you.
My problem with that one, because I've seen a lot of people praising the hell out of it, like I don't really like it as much because it's treading familiar ground again.
As far as like Punisher is concerned, or like
yes, this Punisher concerned specifically, because
got you.
if everything from his show and from what he experienced in Daredevil to now is canon, like my question is, why the hell is he going through this again?
That's a fair point.
And like,
honestly, I can't answer that.
Yeah, and it's like I get it, it's traumatic, and I understand that, but you got over this shit 3 times in a row. Why the hell are you going through this now?
Watched you
again,
do it like 3 times.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. One of them, if I'm not mistaken, is a situation in which like one of the characters that's haunting him isn't even dead.
Yeah. No, like he comes back, and I get that with Billy Russo and all that such. And the second one, he gets dragged into a situation that didn't involve him in the first place. He just literally pulled into it, and I understand that too. This one, the relative of his massacre comes back and kind of forces his hand, but like he's again back because here's the thing: he after first season of Punisher, spoilers by the way, anyone who watches it.
I mean, you can probably spoil the first and second season. You might be all right.
Yeah.
It's been a while on that.
The first season, after the end, he gets his revenge. He succeeds in doing so, and he quits. Motherfucker moves on, lives his life. The problem I have with this one is that none of that lesson carried over into this one because he's still haunted by everything and wants to, which is like, but why though?
Fucking spoilers. God.
I mean, sometimes the idea is just that it's like it just you don't find any peace. Is what I'm assuming is the deal with is that despite everything, despite all the revenge and doing everything, you don't actually have peace, and that's the thing that happens, right? And so,
I get that, but that's why that's why the first 2 seasons show that for, because the first one, after killing everybody in the beginning of the first season, he's just a construction worker and he couldn't get any peace that way, and I get that, that's fine, but he wasn't suicidal.
Yeah, I guess
so, like that's what
whatever happened. I guess did nothing inherently happen in the second season to make him suicidal, but like I guess it's just
at the end of the second season. Yeah, after the end of the second season, he's back to Punisher form and just killing everybody again. Like, okay, and then from there to Daredevil Born Again, he's still Punisher, still eyesight. So, like, I'm curious, what the hell happened after the end of the first season of Daredevil Born Again after he escaped from his cage to this? Like, did the snap happen in his brain?
It just doesn't. So, like, as far as we're concerned, it's like the arc that he's going through doesn't make sense considering where the character is at this moment. Like, why is it bothering him now? Kind of situation. Yeah, I get you. I can understand that.
It just feels hollow and like, we're just like retreading same ground again, type of stuff. Yeah. And another thing I've also fully watched was I watched all of Monarch, Legacy of Monsters with Zach. It's the TV show based off the Godzilla movies that came out. Yeah. And also watched Star Wars Shadow Lord, Maul Shadow Lord. That was also pretty fun. So that was fun action, but both those shows, despite my enjoyment of them, I have the same problem with.
Okay. What's the problem?
They involve characters and events that I know the result of, so it's hard for me to feel invested in some of them because I know they're not going to suffer here.
Like it doesn't work. It doesn't work out for them much later on. But it's not gonna happen here. I would say that the Mall show had some nice surprises that, like, although I knew they were gonna live through, it was kind of a situation in which I was like, oh, okay, that's bad. That's really bad.
No, for sure. And I like the little Easter egg stuff they do for it, especially like since one was a massive shout out to Force Unleashed 2, where Maul splits his lightsaber in two and does the pose from Starkiller. Like, yeah, that was cool. That was fucking dope. But yeah, like, and I'm just thinking about like I said before, like I know how a lot of these characters involved, especially with the villains of Maul show up. Like, I can't feel anything for these characters because as menacing as they are, I know that's something that's happened to them until later.
Yeah.
And that's why I have issues with stories like this because like if I know the end result, it's going to bother me in my head for so long. And that's why like I think I like Andor better because Andor, the main character, Cassian Andor, wasn't the focus. Everybody else was the focus. And there was enough story with the side characters that I don't know the fate of that made it more interesting. Which is like, I wish they would stop doing this like sidequel or prequel if we know the full end result to a degree.
Yeah.
I think that's what, because like if you have enough wiggle room and you can make a story branching off into the fall or death of somebody, cool, that's fine, I get that to a certain degree. But if everything's fleshed out and you're putting them in danger here, like I'm not going to feel anything because I already know the end result.
And that's fair, because I do agree with that. It's actually what my biggest issue with the new boy show that's coming out. That where it's just sitting there
Vought Rising.
Yeah, where it's just like, bro, I actually know the result of everyone that happens here. You've told us it in the story, so I'm kind of like,
what?
I don't care. It's hard to care. Yeah.
For what?
we had so much better potential with the whole Academy, what the heck it was.
Gen V actually had some interesting things going on, and they canceled that. It was just like, okay.
Hey, we got the Boys Mexico. Maybe we'll get something better out of that. Like, fucking Christ. That's the only hope I have.
Where it's just like, okay, Boys Mexico is gonna be weird too. I'm kind of cool.
As long as Native Americans.
At least it'll be something in present day. It'll be afterwards. I don't know why it's set in Mexico and all that type of deal for it, but like, okay, I guess. Vought Rising, like, why did we need a prequel? Why the hell? I know Soldier Boy was a fan favorite character, but you did not make a show revolving him. At least not in the past. You could have done it like
as long as
it's crazy because it's like I don't care if Vought is rising. Like I actually don't care. It's crazy how much I don't care. It's crazy how the show has focused on dealing with this one villain and like his existence kind of like crumbled Vought. And Vought kind of gets to continue to exist as the show goes on, obviously. And it gets mentioned at the end of the show that like, hey, yeah, that's still a thing. But like most of the characters get to go like, hey, yo, we dealt with the main issue.
Yeah,
we're gonna figure out the rest.
After watching The Boys, we know what happens to Bomb Sight. We know what happens to fucking Liberty, freaking Stormfront. We know what happens to Soldier Boy. We don't know what happens to the nursing chick, but we'll probably know about that later. We know what happens to Quinn. We know what happens to a lot of other characters. It's like, it's hard to feel invested.
I think that's the craziest part. If it was just Soldier Boy that we do the fate of, then I'd be like, okay, maybe you could tell me something about what's happening here. Because everyone besides him is like gonna have something else going on that we're gonna be like, oh, okay, that could be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They might not live, they might not, and you can have Soldier Boy talk about how, like, when he went on ice, he doesn't really know what happened. And so that could be a part of that show, right? But, like, most of it is just kind of like, oh, wow, surprise, everyone's a piece of shit. Oh, wow.
Oh, surprise, surprise. We all knew that from the fucking beginning.
We knew that from like, it's almost like that's the whole point of The Boys. And without, like, Huey and Butcher and, like, the rest of the crew to kind of give them some form of comeuppance, why the fuck do I care? Why do I care?
Yeah, because there's no good guys to follow. There's no innocents to follow. We know we're following the assholes.
It's just everyone's trash. Everyone's garbage. So like,
we're following the villains. There's no heroes to counteract because with Gen V, these were newbies. They weren't villains straight up because they were learning the world. Yes, soups were not great, but they were still understanding how their place in the world, and they weren't inherently evil.
Some people were worse than others, and some people were cool, and some people kind of looked at it and was like, I see what the system's doing, and I'm not sure if I want to be a part of that. Like, you had people genuinely come to grips with the idea of, like, maybe this is wrong? Maybe I'm misunderstanding how this whole thing goes. And you can do that with those characters, because nothing's been done with them before.
No. Like, something's original, but, like, with Vought Rising, you already know the end result for, like, half the cast, because one's dead, one's on ice, and one's fucked off to wherever.
And then everyone else they talk about and how they probably are dead. And it's just like, what? Why?
Like, awesome. Fucking awesome. Like,
sick.
Great.
I'm so glad that, like, most of this cast, I don't have any investment in what their story is because I know exactly where they're end up.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. And again, that's the thing with it's like that. And, like, learning that fact in some cases, like, okay, cannot be a full detriment, but like the fact that we know, and since we know that Soldier Boy is going to be part of the lead cast and he's going to be the focus, like, it just, I like Jason Eccles, but come on.
The crazy part is that there are stories you can tell that are prequels, and I say this as a person that like loves comic books, right? Obviously, I sit there and look at comic book stories and be like, yeah, like the main character's not gonna die. That's not really gonna happen. If he does die, they're gonna bring him back somehow, right? You're like, it's fine. But those still manage to be fascinating with how you tackle the new thing that's happening with them. This new villain, the new thing it's doing, how our characters are dealing with those scenarios. And it's like, yeah, I kind of care about the character that is a superhero.
It's more on the journey and than the destination to a point.
Yeah.
On that aspect.
And that's going to be a part of this. That is supposed to be.
But here's the thing: if we know the ending, and the ending makes the journey pointless, then what's the point? That's my argument.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. I think you can also still have prequels that like have that same feeling and still be interesting, right? So like, for instance, okay, so we obviously know how the Justice League kind of gets started, right? But if you wanted to tell a story that tells how, especially if you watch like the show, the Justice League kind of just exists already. But if you wanted to go like, hey, what is like the Justice League's like first missions and their first days as being the Justice League? I'm kind of down to see that. Batman Year One is one of those stories that's really good. And it's just about Batman becoming Batman. And it's like, it's interesting. I know where he ends up, but like, it's still interesting to see. But there's something about Vought Rising where it's like, I guess a huge part of it is like, the characters in this show, you kind of don't care how they got to where they are because they're so trash. Like, with the boys specifically, the main interests that you have are people like obviously Billy
Huey,
and Huey and all of that. But you watch how Huey becomes a part of the boys, right? You learn how
you see growth.
Yeah, you watch how you learn how MM basically got what his trauma was and wanted to be a part of this. I don't remember what Frenchie's trauma was. I know he had trauma.
Oh no, lamplighter.
Okay, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. So you get to see that, though it doesn't happen directly on screen. They talk about it. Obviously, we know Butchers, and I don't blame him for having that level of beef. It makes total sense. You watch it in real. You hear about it and then watch it in real time. That's the why Butcher has beef, and you're like, I get you, bro. And at most, you see why Homelander's a piece of shit. And even then, I don't care why Homelander's a piece of shit. I just know he's a piece of shit.
And in this case, this is the problem because we have Soldier Boy who has, let's be totally honest, confusing morals because like sometimes he's cool, other times he's not. It's odd.
He's the best dad ever.
I'm not gonna lie, his character's like all over the place. And I get the idea that like what makes him complex is the idea that he has certain morals, but he's also being forced to work with people, and he's just kind of, he doesn't want to push. As much as he stands on his own as a person, he doesn't want to push against the boat too hard because right now he's in a situation in which it's like, hey, good things are happening to me. I kind of don't want to rock that boat for like most of this series that he's involved. It's just like, oh, you want me to go fuck that guy up? And then he just starts to go fuck that guy up and he's like, oh, wait, that guy's my son? Okay. I kind of don't want to fuck that guy up anymore. And then he's like, oh, my son's a fucking dickhead, though. I almost kind of want to fuck him up.
Fuck him up, yeah.
And then it's like, oh, yeah, you love this. And then there's that whole part where it's like, oh, you love the same woman I did? It's like, she wants you to be alive. It's like, I guess.
I guess, sure.
Yes, sure.
And the thing is, like, he's actively worked with the same people trying to kill him and his sons, like, okay, like the motivation, like you mentioned, it's just all over the goddamn place. So, like him leading to that point, it just doesn't seem very confusing because, like, the character of Soldier Boy, as fun as character he is, he doesn't seem to have like a goal or a set idea in mind outside
of for like longest. Like, when he initially gets thought out, he's pointed at Homelander and they're told to go fuck him up.
Yeah,
like I said.
Yeah,
and then upon being told that it's his son, he does feel some type of way about killing his own child. He's like, oh, it's my kid. And then learning more about Homelander, he's like, oh my god, I can't stand this dude.
I might as well have killed him.
He's like, I should have killed him, but I'm going to leave because he's still my kid, right? I just don't want to be done. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, and when he finally gets to leave, no, he gets choked the fuck out and put on ice again. Like,
and we never actually figure out what happens to him. So I was like,
no, yeah, no, he's just on ice, and that is it. Like, that is the end of that arc. And like, and then we get a prequel to this arc. Like, why the hell are we getting a prequel? Sorry.
Lovely.
Yeah. Oh, before I forget, I just want to say this fact, Ahmani. So some behind the scenes photos of God of War Lao Fei shows Jack Quaid mocapping as the cube.
Who?
Jack Quaid, the voice actor who plays Frank the cube from the trailer.
Oh yeah, it's Huey.
Yeah, Huey. Mo-capped.
Yeah, we figured that out while we were watching. We were hearing the voice, and I was like,
you're not listening. Mo-capped.
Oh, what do you mean mo-capped? What do you mean mo-capped?
He's the mocap suit with like a big square ring around it. He's motion capturing acting as Frank the Cube.
That's a waste of money. I'm just letting you know that right now. That is a fucking waste of money. I don't care what Sony Santa Monica wants to say about that. Having him as the cube is fine. He can voice act. It's whatever.
He doesn't need the mocap.
Why the fuck is he in a mocap suit for a fucking cube?
Hey, that's gotta be some realistic cubing, okay? Cubing that we never seen before, you know?
That's a waste of money. What a way to just throw money away. I wish I had that kind of money to make stuff, bro. If you wanted him to record his lines, he could have just stood there and did his lines and acted out with everybody else that was doing their thing, and just have the understanding that everyone's just like, yeah, you're a cube, and that's it.
Yep.
But
motion capturing a person playing a living gelatinous cube.
Like, you can't animate the box. Did you really need the idea of where the box... I don't know. Maybe the idea is just like, oh, you have him in the cube, so we have an idea of where he is or where the camera's going to be positioned during certain scenes and relative... But you could just have the box stand there. He doesn't have to move. You just have a box.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
The box has to move, bro.
It has to.
I don't. Here's the thing. I just don't.
Like
I can't. Like human movement has to be translated to cube movement.
Yes, exactly.
You know.
You got to know that when he's like shaking his head or like shrugging his shoulders, but as a cube though.
Yes, exactly. and he emulates
like
that.
What part?
Perfectly.
Which
That's
face
exactly
of
why.
the cube is the head? Is the question, or what part of it shakes his head? Or like, how can he like also most capturing his facial features on said cube?
They're just looking at it being like, bro, it'd be way easier to not free animate this cube. But I'm like, it's a cube.
No,
it's a cube.
You need a person to live and breathe the performance. You need to act and get into the cube.
You know what? I imagine like the acting for this, like the voice actor has to like live as a cube, like has everything around him as a cube now. Just like,
thank goodness Huey is not a method actor. Because that's some dumb shit that fucking what's his name would do.
Jared Leto would do.
Yep. Have to be the cube. Have to understand what it means to be a cube.
Like, that's the funniest thing I've seen today. Like, that's hilarious.
Crash out, bro.
But yeah, so after that, let's see. Oh, movie wise, yes. Me and the guys decided to go watch the Backrooms movie.
How was that?
Oh, how was that? I haven't seen that.
That was really good. I think it's a pretty good tense movie. Leon, you probably would hate it.
How so?
It's tense as hell.
Oh, okay.
It's a horror movie.
Okay, I thought you meant just
we
like
talked about this.
I know why I hate it, but I thought it was something else, not just because it was horror or something that. So.
No, it's a horror. It's just
Okay,
you're gonna hate.
I
You're
thought
gonna
it was
hate.
like
You're gonna
something
hate the
about the
experience.
story itself was like confusing and
Oh
bullshit.
no, the
It's
story
like,
is pretty straightforward. Isn't it?
Stupid.
Yeah, the story is pretty self. No, it's the execution of everything. Like makes it everything like Backrooms traditionally is creepy. This little horror and looking at things like things are moving out of the corner of your eye. Just like how they presented the film, like this is excellently well done. Creepy as all fucking hell too. And there's some aspects of the story like I don't quite understand. Like one character's We get flashbacks to her life. Like, how does this play into the plot exactly? But everything else that was involved with it, like, this is cool and creepy as all hell, and this is fucking dope as shit. I can't wait to see more projects of it. Though I know people are probably going to overblow this out of proportion because apparently people are already hating the back rooms because like, oh, this is not my back rooms, and this brain rot meme culture behind it. Like,
the back rooms is like
I
an
hate it when
infinite thing that anything can almost happen to it. Even though there's like
that's the thing. Again, like that's the part. And anything. Yeah, it's supposed to be creepy, but the idea is anything can put in it. So like people who are big Backrooms fans or so called has the idea like, oh, there's certain creatures that exist in the bathrooms that are not established in this film because they do not understand that Kane Pixels is doing his version that he made from his YouTube series only. He is not touching anything else.
Oh, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah. So he doesn't want to expand on anybody who puts in like
a YouTube series. Okay, I'll have to look into that then.
Yeah, Kane Pixels Backrooms. He is the guy who really he didn't create it, but he definitely popularized it.
Yeah, no, I get you. That's actually really cool. I'll have to look into his specific version of it more so before looking.
It's creepy. The translation from what he does on YouTube to the movie, solid work.
Good shit. Okay, cool.
Especially since he only used a budget of $10 million. He made $120 million already. Like, well done, buddy. You're the youngest filmmaker ever.
Good job. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
and these
really
like this
filmmaker ever. That's actually crazy.
Youngest filmmaker who made a blockbuster films. Like this is the youngest ever, honestly.
That's
yep. And this new trend of making YouTuber based movies is starting to pick up. Like with Iron Lung, this and the Racket Brothers, who did 2 horror movies prior to as well. They weren't YouTube projects, but they made really good horror movies. Like, okay, all right, see you guys, you're doing really, really well done work. I can't wait to see what else comes out works. And they already announced a sequel to Backrooms already too.
Oh wow! Okay, it's doing well.
Yep. Oh, hold on. This is okay. Sorry, Ahmani. Phantom Blade Zero got delayed.
Well, that was fast.
Yeah. So it's now releasing on October 29th.
When did they say it was releasing originally?
September 9th.
December? Wait, what?
September 9th, so they're delaying it to October 29th.
Okay, gotta push back. You know what? I don't mind them, because they probably looked and was like, yo, why is everything in the same 2 weeks? Go ahead and push that game day back, bro. Might as well.
Yep. Like...
That's fine. That's actually okay, because I'm sure we're gonna see that 2 weeks get spread out a little bit more if they're smart.
Yeah.
Because damn, what? It's like
there's a lot. I'm pretty sure a lot of these games are gonna get like pushed back or delayed at a random point. The fact that Phantom Blade Zero
might release even sooner. That would be cool. Some of them actually might get pushed up. That'd be also kind of nice. But
I mean,
they do need to spread out because those 2 weeks of having 7 games in the same week is like, yeah, no, your game is gonna get fucking cannibalized by everything else in the industry that's happening right now.
Yep.
I feel bad for them because I want to play all of them. And I will play all of them probably, but I don't know if I'm beating all of them with all of this stuff coming out at the same time.
And hopefully we have enough money for all of them is the better question.
Yeah,
I think between us we should.
If we're getting Wolverine's all individual copies. Marvel Togon probably just need 2. Phantom Blade Zero. It's PC, so we can get 1 copy for that. We don't need to get more than 1 for that one. Silent Hill Townfall is PC as well. Control is PC as well. Onimusha is PC, so yeah. Oh, we can probably end up splitting across the board depending on how it feels for it. But yeah. Anyway. That's pretty much it for me.
Got you.
Sorry.
As far as I'm concerned, what, do you got another one?
No, sorry, that's taking so long. That's all.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's just plenty. You did a lot of things, so we had to catch up with you on what you were doing. Leon, did you do anything?
Did I do anything?
Yeah, you.
Because of the Devil May Cry anime came out and everything, I did play.
That's right.
Devil
We
May Cry
didn't
5.
talk about that yet.
Did we talk about that, actually?
I don't think we have.
I don't think you... No, but I mean, like, me and Leon, did we talk about Devil May Cry?
No, I don't think so, no. When we
we gotta talk about them.
We talked,
we gotta talk
I'm
about
pretty
Devil May
sure
Cry
we didn't... It wasn't out yet.
Okay, so I guess we got to talk about Devil May Cry season 2.
All right. Since we all watched it together, we can talk about it here together.
Yeah, we can. That one's free, almost free. I know time has passed. We could do spoilers.
Spoilers, just in case.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, we could do spoilers, but I'm gonna say, hey, spoilers. We'll do thoughts first, and then we'll get into a spoiler section for it if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
But thoughts overall. What are we thinking about it?
I enjoyed it.
Trash, absolutely
fucking
horrible
garbage.
trash.
Holy
worst
shit!
thing.
It was so fucking awful.
The worst adaptation of anything I've ever seen. The character writing was absolutely horrendous.
Garbage. It should be sent into the sun.
So I see we're going for the Jones route.
Well, here's the thing. I can talk shit because I've actually seen it, but I'm also being facetious here.
Yeah, no, I know.
But
we've had multiple discussions about this beforehand. I think it's safe to say that we all enjoyed it.
I did. Yes.
Definitely.
We all enjoyed it.
I do have minor gripes though. Like
we're pretty chill with the whole things. There are gripes. Yeah, there's some gripes. It's not a perfect series, obviously. No. I don't feel like it's perfect.
It's the best adaptation of Devil May Cry 2
110%. Just fucking amazing. Chef's kiss. It got the character right completely.
It is redeemed Devil May Cry 2.
I'm going to need you to lock in a little bit. But I will say that. I will actually agree with that. I don't think that this series understood what made Virgil cool.
No, it did not. It did not. Slightest.
I don't think it understood that.
It had moments, like specific parts, but not enough of it. Like, it was like one or two key moments, I think, that are like, okay, they did.
The best way I can describe this is Dante is supposed to have... I feel like Dante's style is translated very well into the show by default. Like, the way he is and fights is very much how you kind of see him. He's styling, things like that. There's no devil arms, obviously. I don't know why, but a huge part of that is the fact that, like, the magic kind of has been taken out in this adaptation. Like, there is no magic, really. In the same vein, it's all just science, so to speak. I think the closest thing we get is the Lucian and what he's capable of doing, as far as might be magic, maybe, but like as far as like magic is concerned in Devil May Cry, it's not really a thing in this version of Devil May Cry. It's not.
No, like no devil arms, magic, like just some of the devil trigger stuff, whatever BS Mundus can do, and that's it, really. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the portal thing seal that Sparta set up.
Yeah, like I said, it's treated more like science than it is ever magic, right? Like it's like a quantum thing, is what's happening. But the big deal is that Virgil doesn't fight like Dante. He fights very calm, collected, like he's supposed to be the antithesis. Very few movements kind of feeling. And that's not how he moves in this.
No.
It's not how he does things in this. That being said, the way his character is utilized, I'm okay with. I actually like some of the changes they've made. I wouldn't say it's inherently better than the game, but like I like this interpretation of him. As far as his story is concerned,
well, I'd say there's more.
I don't like how they made him cool, quote unquote, like how he's supposed to be like a cool fighter. I don't think that's really the move.
No, he's supposed to be a lot more collected, I would say. Yeah. He's not as collected in this one, unfortunately.
He very much the way that they depicted him in the games, power, always wanting to be strong, everything, his complex with that. It's not really there to a point in the anime too.
It's there.
It's there, but not as much, is what I can see. Like
he's not screaming, I need more.
Yeah, he's not screaming at 20%.
I think a huge part of that is because of the fact that in this variation of him, he has most of the power he wants. There's like very few people who are actually like can compete and are stronger than him in this.
Mm-hmm.
He loses. I mean, he does. He's kind of the second protagonist in this, so to speak. He's treated as the antagonist, but you kind of go like, okay, his story is just as important as what Dante is doing overall, actually. And so it's like, okay, second protagonist Virgil over here doing his thing. And I do think that once again, because in the first season we had this issue, and I think this continues in into the second season. We use themes and discussion topics and lines that are meant to be references to the games, but are used at key moments in the games for a reason. And they're just kind of used here just because. Um, for instance, I'll use an example, but this is not inherently a spoiler. Um, the if our positions were switched speech is something that is used in Devil May Cry 5 at the end of Virgil's journey when he is lamenting on the fact that, like, yeah, I've actually come this is what I've done so far and all the stuff that I've done up until this point. He's literally wondering maybe if we switched, would we still be in the same position where we have to do this, right? Um in the show, without spoiling it yet for you guys that haven't seen it, it's used at a moment before any of that real reflection can happen. He's had a journey, but his journey's not done.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
it's a little weird to I'm using that as an example, but it's like it's not the only time that this happens. It's a little weird for it to pop up as a thing. For instance, Devil Trigger being used as like a Dante song when it's a Nero song, for instance, where it's like it's supposed to mean something for Nero, and it has that thematic elements for Nero, and we're trying to use it for Dante, and it's just kind of like, I mean, I get it. He's using his Devil Trigger. That's the whole thing. You're using a Devil Trigger song to sing about Devil Trigger, but like, this ain't the character for that. To be fair, this isn't the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what this is for. That's not what this song is meant to use. It'd be used for. And it feels kind of like a little half-assed with some of the way that they use certain thematic elements. There are some little tidbits that I think are kind of fun. I think are fun, but I've seen people kind of have like issues with, like, I think the DMC3 bar theme being used when it is. I think that's fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
I have no issue with that one. I was like, oh, that's fun. But some people were like, well, that's not where this would be used. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. But I would think I can say this. I like I like how they changed story elements for how Virgil and Dante's dynamic are overall. I do like that they are still polar opposites to each other, but one has lived, in comparison, a very hard life. Both of them have lived hard lives, but like, it's very clear that Virgil has lived a harder life than Dante has.
Yeah.
In comparison, it's just very different with how they live those lives, though. And I like the fact that plays into them as people. But I will say again, it's just a matter of like thematic elements just being put in the wrong places, right? Is the deal. What about you guys? Feelings?
I
thoughts?
agree. I would agree that thematic elements are definitely off place and involved with it. Though I will say that this show does finally take the plunge to something that a lot of fans are probably speculating for the longest time. And thank goodness for it. Down for it. But I do agree that I guess we sense some motivation for Virgil since you mentioned the thematic elements are a little out of place. It is agreeable with that since we're technically before the events of 3, and
that's the weird part, right?
Yeah.
So like, and I will mention that this feels like a combination of 3 and 2, which is weird because a lot of this, our main villain for most of this is the 2 main villain.
Yeah.
And
the main villain for the first season was the villain from the prequel to 5.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like
no. The first one was the White Rabbit was a villain. It's a prequel to 3.
Yeah, prequel to 3.
It's a prequel to 3. So like, and it's treated kind of like a prequel to 3, honestly, with the way that it's leading up. But this season feels like 3 should just be happening.
Yeah.
but instead we're doing 2 though.
Yep.
And we're not even doing all of 2 because, like, for instance, we'll mention this is not even a spoiler. There's a major character in 2 that's just not here. She had a nice little cameo in the beginning in the first season, and she's just not. Lucia's just not here.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Like at all. Like at all. And I'm just kind
I
of
looked a little more into it. I think the one that we're following that is supposed to be Lucia, she just never became good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, her name's Kai. And we, like I said before, you can, like, Lucia has a cameo in the first season. So she's around. She exists. They just didn't do anything with her. She's just not there. And I guess maybe they'll probably play into that in the next season, hopefully. Just the idea of giving Dante maybe somebody else to play off of that's not Lady. Because again, she exists.
Yeah.
Like they.
Yeah.
But it's just weird that like her
I was thinking
story
like
happens,
maybe I was thinking like maybe like it's Ari Shankar's Toriyama moment where he forgot an entire character.
How do you forget one of the main characters for 2?
I mean, it's 2.
Like, I mean, yeah, but like 2's not the best. But you decided to do the villain of 2, have the clones, and not do her. Like,
Yep.
That's why I'm like, how do you forget about that part? Because that part's kind of important, especially if you're going to do an adaptation for 2.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, as we
It's
see,
weird.
they really want to focus with Lady and Dante in this, aside from Virgil's story. It was mainly the 2 of them. That was the big emphasis of this whole entire thing this time.
Yep. And with season 3, we'll continue on with where we left off on this case there, and well, we haven't even introduced Trish yet, so we haven't gotten to that point.
That's
in the
also a
storyline
thing
yet.
too.
What makes me go like, hey, you could have just not done Virgil yet.
You could have waited.
Like,
yeah, could have waited.
You could have
very
just
much could have
waited.
They really wanted to blow their Virgil low because Virgil's a popular character.
I mean, they also kind of built up the
like I said
Virgil
before,
in the first one too. So that's another thing. They could have held off. That little build up could have been like a little
yeah, they could have just waited.
Little neat thing to hold off on.
I was like, if you could have gotten through this entire season with just, because I genuinely think the way they did Arius in this season is actually phenomenal. Like the way they did the villain of this season, they did Arius like more than justice. He got more than he did in his original game in this, and I'm like, no, that's cool. Like that's sick as fuck. It's like, but at the same time, I'm also looking at it being like, I mean, like part of this is also like the plot of 3, and the idea is, and from what I'm guessing, is that when we go into the third game, the third season is just going to be a combination of 1 and 3, because each season has been like a combination of like a bunch of stuff so far. Like I said, this one is a combination of 2 and 3, and now the next one's going to be 3 and 1. The first one is just itself.
Yeah.
Like it's surprisingly kind of its own prequel, so it's like a bit of the manga story, but like part of the game is in there too. That one's also part 3 because Lady's there the whole time, so it's like, I don't know.
You know, it would be funny but also stupid would be if this was like a combination of 3, 4, and 1, and 4 would be in the part of like somehow Lady's pregnant and Nero is Dante's child somehow. It's like,
yeah, that would.
That's what I think they
like,
might change. I'm not kidding. I think that might genuinely be the change they take, because of the fact that, like, I mean, one of the things that was always weird about the May Cry series is that they just kind of squeezed in that Nero is Virgil's kid, and although part of it was like, oh yeah, we planned it because you could see it in a bunch of his designs and everything like that, there is the idea of going like, yeah, when did that happen?
I mean, I'll definitely say this. I'll definitely say this. Dante will still be an absolutely better father than both Sparta and Virgil.
I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
But like, I think that's
because he'll actually be there.
Deal, yeah, but that's like the whole deal with like Virgil having Nero in the first place, is that as out of left field as it is, and it's a nice little like, oh wow, like that's a surprise. There is a genuine thing about Virgil in the video games where you're like, where did that come from? You hate humans. At what point did you say, man, maybe humans ain't that bad? Like, when did that happen?
That cheek right there. Listen, something.
Whatever the library cheeks were, like, he had to hit that. Yeah. Like, when did that happen? And to be fair, even Dante is like, when did that happen? Like, you wanna talk to me about when you did that one? But like, it just comes off as it's really strange considering the path Virgil takes throughout those games. And that's not me like inherently hating on what happened in those games, but like, it does come out of left field. Like, it's not like it's a, oh yeah, nah, he was always doing stuff in the human realm. It's like, bro, half the time we know this character, he's either in hell, in servitude. Like, he's literally not on Earth most of the time, as far as we're concerned.
The only way that I can see it working would be somehow, in some way, this happened before DMC 3, which I don't think that even lines up in general.
No, they address it in 4. The idea is that it happened sometime before DMC. He goes there to figure out how to rise the Temine Gru, and then he leaves Fortuna to go to 3 and do what he does in 3. But it doesn't change the fact that you still gotta look at it and go like, really? Right before?
Who is so fine
that right before you decide to just absolutely cause like mass genocide, Cheeks got you. You somehow managed to Cheeks managed to somehow get you in there.
Who was so fine that was just like, I'm gonna stop hating humans for a split second.
Maybe these Fortuna people celebrating Sparta ain't that bad. You know they kind of cool.
This is the reason why they're celebrating Sparta. It's because Virgil popped up and he talked about Sparta.
But then it makes even but then it makes even less sense as to why he was like, nah, humans suck. And it's like, bro, you definitely just smashed somebody.
I mean, yeah, because the only story in Devil May Cry 4 for Virgil is literally the beginning and ending cutscene of his adventure in there, because we just played Virgil through the entire campaign of 4, and none of that plot line actually affects him, because, like, he just went through. Yeah.
The hint we get is that there's a lady that notices him.
And that's
it. Lady that notices him, and it's like,
and
okay,
implies that
you kind of go like, well, that's probably his mom.
Yeah,
that's the best we can do.
Yeah. You noticed my drip. All right, I got you.
You saw the drip. Yeah, she saw the fit, and it was like, oh shit, she knows.
She knows. All right, I guess I gotta go.
And I'm like, I don't know what kind of riz she put on Virgil to get him to smash, but it's like, he did it. He did it.
Personally, I do think it'd be nice if it kept to the story instead of it being Lady and Dante, but it makes sense if they did do it. I'm just curious if they do it.
It just makes more sense considering everything that's happened throughout, like, granted, I'll say this, because we aren't spoiling anything. Granted, the idea that, like, Lady and Dante, I'm gonna be so real. There's a ton of people that hate the concept of Lady and Dante as a thing in this, right? Mm-hmm. And they're back and forth and, like, you know, romantic tensions, which is, I think, is in this is portrayed kind of well. There's parts of it that are weird because of the idea that, like, it is clearly a very enemies to lovers kind of deal with those two.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look at the original games, because that's something that, like, people forget. If you look at 3, by the time they're having their last conversation before Dante goes and handles business with Virgil and what's his name? I'm gonna just say Jester. Yeah, in Jester.
Arkham.
It's kind of clear. If you go back and look at that cutscene, you're like, really? The sexual tension that's happening in this cutscene, and then after that, the whole conversation, we're gonna pretend like those two don't care. They almost kiss in that scene, by the way. Like, that's a genuine thing.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that scene.
Like, they play it up real close and everything like that, and then they just go like, "Nah, I'm gonna just take the thing and go." And I'm like, okay. Now, and that's not me being like, "Oh, I need to ship them." I'm like, no. They did that intentionally.
It's pretty, like, okay, cool, yeah. And out of all the ladies that he's been with, so far, Lady is, like, the one that makes the most sense, aside from the other one that we talked about before, Lucia, I think her name was. What was it?
Oh, Lucia is, like, throwing herself at him, and she's choosing not to. But, like, that's in the books. She's not doing that in the game inherently. She's cool with him. She holds onto the key, like, the coin and everything like that, and she's waiting for him at his, at his office when he comes back is the deal. So like, there's a little bit of a hint there, but like, there's like physical chemistry going on in the third game, like just straight up.
Now I will
like just
continue.
It's weird.
Yeah. Now I will say that I do think they should have played it out a little bit longer. Like have at least one. Like season 2 should have been like a bit longer in their little banter back and forth before the whole coupling moment that they had. If anything.
Okay, we can get into the spoilers.
She felt bad. She felt bad.
But yeah, that's a whole part of it. She feels bad. So we can get into spoilers. I'll say spoilers here for Devil May Cry Season 2. We can get into it so you can talk about it properly, because you're getting real close to just saying things without actually. So obviously in this one they actually do pair Dante and Lady up. It's played off as a hookup for the most part, which is, I mean, not that surprising. Some people have some issues with that, obviously. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, as a person that's played the game, and I think all of us have played the games and been like, yeah, that probably makes about the most sense, honestly. Yeah. If you were to pair them up with anybody,
him and Trish makes more sense than him and Trish.
It doesn't make any sense with him and Trish, bro. If you're a Dante Trish shipper, like I get that she was the one that showed up in the first game, but that chick looks like his mom, bro. That's like not okay.
That's some like Oedipus shit.
That's like the whole
Sigmund Freud would like to talk to you.
Yeah, no, it's very Freudian.
Oh, hey, you look like
she's made like that to throw him off.
What?
And it's the whole deal why she gets Sparta specifically. It's that it's mom and dad together, haha. And I was like, oh, that's cute. It's just weird. But like, I think he treats her more like a sister. And even in the anime, they play that up. Like the original Devil May Cry anime that like is canon. People forget about that. It's canon. They play up the idea that like he knows Lady. Lady checks up on him. She brings him jobs and tries to get him money from time to time. She cares. Trish is just around. She's just doing shit, I guess. Just partying or some shit. She apparently lives with him. I don't know how. I don't know how he's walking around with like no electricity on and she's just there. But, you know, whatever.
Well, Dante's not exactly good with money, so.
I mean, yeah, but it's both of them working, right? And then it's both of them working, and then Lady's giving them jobs on top of that, and Morrison's giving them jobs on top of that. So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, it's never established that Dante's actually, Dante's good at his job. Doesn't mean he's good at doing his job well to get the money.
The reason why his business still stays afloat to a point is because he sells all of his double arms, something like that.
He does. When he needs extra cash, he will just sell the extra double arms. That is true.
Yep.
Except for Cerberus, he's obviously not selling. I think he keeps Lucifer. Lucifer's there. When you see it on the wall. He obviously keeps Sparta. Yeah. He keeps the Force Edge.
He keeps Rebellion, obviously.
He keeps Rebellion.
I mean, I agree.
I think he did sell Alistair. He sold Alistair, and then Alistair came to his aid, because Alistair is linked to him. Like, Alistair's like, yo, what's good? That's my boy. If Dante's in danger, I'm pulling up. I don't care where I'm at. So apparently Alistair will just pull up. Oh, and he kept Cerberus. He specifically kept Cerberus, because Cerberus doesn't get sold. Cerberus breaks when fighting Balrog. So when we go into 5, he took Cerberus to go fight Balrog. Cerberus breaks while fighting Balrog. He beats Balrog, gets Balrog, pops up in 5. So like Cerberus died, unfortunately, but he kept Cerberus. Then you got King Cerberus, so it's like, that's why he's like, I used to know a puppy just like you, and like you're like, we did. I don't remember what happens with Beowulf. I think Beowulf just stays with Virgil, I guess.
Well, Virgil is even more of an enigma, like in terms of like what happens to his double arms, particularly.
Well, because Force Edge, Dante takes Force Edge. Or at least he gets it back somehow. I don't remember how.
Mm-hmm.
No, never mind. I know what happens to it. Force Edge becomes Sparta, so he has Force Edge because he has Sparta. And Dante obviously keeps Yamato. Well, Virgil keeps Yamato, and then Virgil loses Yamato.
Dante keeps Yamato.
Gives it
Dante
to
gets it back.
Gives it back to Nero. And then Virgil takes it from Nero.
Yep.
Hey, cool arm. Do you mind if I just yoink?
I'm just gonna take that now.
Speaking of which, I'm still curious of how that works. Like, how the hell is Yamato linked to his arm?
Well, it's linked to him because he's his kid.
No, I get that. Like, but why? It's like thinking like, why did he have to take the arm again?
Yamato was stored in his Devil Trigger arm.
Oh, okay.
Because the idea is that Nero's demon arm is just him having a part of his body in permanent DT. He just never knew how to deactivate it. Because he doesn't know anything about himself. And then Virgil pulls up, and because he has Yamato stored in that arm, he just takes the arm and then has Yamato back. And it's like, wow, why would you just do that? Why would you not just let him know who you are? It'd be easier.
Nah, he's like, I need it now. I'm dying. I need it now.
I actually need it back. Yeah. I'm your father. What? Yeah, I need it back, bro. Give me back my sword. And it wouldn't be that hard to believe because, surprise, surprise, Virgil looks like Dante. So it's just like, look. It's like, Dante's like, nah, bro, I'm his brother. Give me the sword. Give me the sword. He didn't bother explaining shit. Nah. He's just like, I just need.
He just saw him, grabbed it, and went about his business. And that's when we had the whole dead weight thing happen.
I mean, to be fair, the Sparta bloodline doesn't really like to explain shit to people.
Oh, they don't like talking.
No, they don't. No, actions speak louder than words for them.
I mean, that explains Sparta exactly because, like, we don't know how he talks. He doesn't talk to his own wife or kids about the enemies he has. It just gets fucked up, and he just, fucks right off somewhere.
Speaking of which, in the anime, that's one of the major things, is that Sparta's kind of a deadbeat dad. He's actually just not around. He's just not there.
He's just not there.
That's a huge part of, like, why they don't know who they are and their lineage, is that he's just not there. And it changes the whole, like, dynamic of, like, the story and the world and everything like that, because... In the games, they know who Sparta is. They know they're the kids of Sparta. Everyone calls them that. In the anime, they don't know that because they really don't know who Sparta is. They have an idea, but like they're like, Dad didn't really tell us shit, so like we actually don't know anything about anything. Like,
this is what happens when we try to adapt from a game franchise with not concrete story writing.
I do think that that's hugely kind of interesting of why it changes the dynamic between the two, though. Because in the games, the idea is that Dante takes more after his mom. He's caring.
Yeah.
He wants to be more human-like. He doesn't like his demonic blood as much.
Yeah, Virgil's the opposite.
Virgil takes after his dad, actually, which is why he's more stoic and to himself, and like... It's the whole point. Like, the idea is he looks up to being more like Sparta.
Why he's a deadbeat dad, It's just that works all well.
Kind of like, yes. Although Sparta dies, to be fair. But like, he dies of an illness when it happens. But like, yeah, like he kind of looks up to his dad and is like, I want to be more like him. I have a child.
Awesome. Now I gotta leave that child to be like just like my father.
Now I gotta leave.
Inspirational.
Now here's a better question. What if Nero had a twin brother that he never knew about?
That'll be funny.
So then you're telling me that he cracked that somehow, at some point, Virgil cracked two.
No. He cracked the same woman. The woman had twins, but apparently there's a long lost brother Nero never knew about.
I mean, that's not impossible. They could do that. They are twins. Like, it sounds crazy, but like they are twins. Well, and one of the twins is carrying the twin gene by default. So it's either him or it's either Dante. So one of the two gotta, somebody's gotta have twins.
The funny thing with twins sometimes, there's a chance, not all the time, but it like skips a generation. So me and my sister are twins, so it might skip us now. And
when it is the twins, one of you is carrying the actual gene. Like, just when it is the twins, one of you is carrying straight up the gene that actually gives it away.
Like, that's what my family has said multiple times, because like apparently my grandmother's line itself had twins, and my father's line too had twins that generation. It skipped theirs; they didn't have any twins, and now my mom had twins, being me and my sister. So it's like, Yeah,
like I said, one of you is carrying the twin gene.
Might happen.
It's up to you guys to figure out who, but one of you got it.
But back to that.
So with Dante and Virgil, chances are Dante ever decides to lock in and choose somebody, somebody's having
he
twins.
may have twins.
But it's also not an impossibility. Like you said it, that like he could possibly, that's a thing. They could do that. They could do a storyline about that, actually. It wouldn't be that bad. I would prefer to see somebody outside of the Sparta bloodline have demon blood or be like an interesting, competent demon hunter to kind of be a rival to Nero, so to speak. Especially if they do like a 6 game. But like, other than that, I mean, you know, like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I mean, it's cool. Like,
another thing, at least a small gripe, is just the animation. At least the design choices for the devil triggers. At least when they shown Virgil's. I wish it was different. I wish it was different. I understand Dante's. I think that one's the better version of the two. But Virgil's, I really think should have been more akin to
blue.
Yeah, it's just the blue version. It really should have been akin to what we had in the game series of some sort. Not exact, maybe, because they can only do so much.
I will say this, and I do think that this is what bothers the show the most about DTs in general throughout the series. Devil triggers have never been the same throughout the series. There hasn't actually been a consistent design for any of the devil triggers except for the one from 4. So Dante's devil trigger in 4 does go into 5. That is the most consistent devil trigger we've had, and that's closer what it's based off of, right?
But and that's the reason. And like I said before, this is what happens when you have a adapting from a series that hasn't really found its stride until 3, and they still were changing things up as time goes on. It hasn't been fully consistent.
It's not even just that. Not only is it not consistent from game to game, it's not consistent in the game. Like, the devil trigger changes between weapons. Like, whatever weapon you have changes the trigger.
But here's the thing: they got rid of the devil dumb. They got rid of the devil arms in the show, so that's why they only kept one design.
That's why they only have the one. But it's like, it's just like, bro. Like, I do understand you being like, dang, why does it look like kind of the same? I was like, because they kind of do have the same devil triggers. It's just weird. Like, I think in 3 you see Virgil's just has like horns that point down instead of pointing up like Dante's does, and like that's like it. Like that's the only difference.
It still gave a better look though. It's fun.
Yeah, because it makes them look a little different between the two because they are twins. But at the same time, it's just like they still kind of look the same though. Like it looked the exact same, except there's a small detail. And I do agree that they could have put like, instead of having it just be a clone, it could have just had like a small detail that's like, oh yeah, that's Virgil, or oh that's Dante kind of. But it's just that one's blue, that one's red, done. And that's the twins in a nutshell. To be fair, that one's blue, that one's red. I keep my hair pointed backwards and pointed up. I keep my hair just chilling. It's vibing.
And that's why we look different. Yes.
And that's why we look different. Until the rain hits and my hair goes down. Then we just look the same. We're just dressed different.
And that's how you know we look different. Yes.
Even though technically you're supposed to be twins.
They're identical twins, too. They're not even like...
Yeah.
There's actually like no difference between the two. It's not until 5 where they decide just for some reason to have different model their face, which is still weird to me because I'm like, those two should just look the same. Like, actually, they
made from identical to fraternal twins or some fucking reason.
Yeah, it's slightly slightly fraternal. The face is a tad bit different. Like it's different, but it's like one of those things where I'm like, why did we?
They even started like having them being separate people as much as possible. Despite being identical twins, they not sounding alike at all.
That's true, but I mean, like they have, I don't think fraternal. Well, do identical twins have the same voice?
Not.
They have very similar voices.
Not
similar,
mostly the exact same. No. It's mainly on the
Virgil's is kind of treated as like it's more nasally and things like that. Yeah, it's fine. You can have 2 different voices. I'm not really worried about that part. I do get what you mean though.
It's more on the look
understand them
and
having
the time frame when you're born. So it's like has to be in the same day, minutes to apart. because I was 5 minutes apart from my sister and everything. So
that's the thing I get annoyed with when they mention in both the games, but more so the series, because the series likes to do this a lot. This is just a personal gripe of mine. I hate when twins have to be like, I am your older brother. It's like, we came out at the same time.
I'm 30 seconds older than you.
Like, what?
I'm 30 seconds older than you.
I'm 30 seconds older. Shut up. They just grabbed me first. That's it.
I am the middle child, though. What the fuck are you talking about?
Shut
this
up.
is how it came out to be, man.
On the exact same day. It's just a matter of they had to grab one at a time. That's it.
I was considered the fat one, and they grabbed me first, okay? So that's just how it be.
Shut up. And I know you're a twin, so you kind of get that. You're like, no, I can say it. Oh, shut up. After the same age. It's like, shush.
Same age, same day, but 5 minutes apart.
I'm 5 minutes older. And I'm like, no, you just came out the womb faster.
So,
that's
what happens is that when it hits 12, it is me first, 5 minutes wait, then she's 12.
Oh, do you guys actually have like 2 different birthdays?
No. It's the same day.
Okay,
it's completely the same day.
That would be fun.
No, we are both born on the 22nd.
No, same day. It was like they just do the same birthday, like saying, "Oh, happy birthday, Leon!" 5 minutes later, and happy birthday.
Yeah, that would be the way. I think.
Honestly, that would be so unfortunate if you were twins and you are actually just a day younger because of the time that you guys were born. Like, because of that. That actually would be really
that would be the.
Oh no, it was if they were born during the time shift zone, like he was born at 11:55, she was born at 12 a.m. Then yeah,
but like, bruh, like, there's no way. It's like, I'm older. My birthday comes before yours. Straight up, my birthday is before your birthday.
I would lord that over so hard. God, any twin would actually. They would be like, ha.
And that's why I will give them that. If that happened, I'm like, by all means, say what you gotta say, bro. I ain't gonna take that from you. But when you guys are like, man, I'm 5 minutes older. Shut up. Same day. Nothing changed.
It's the minute minutes and seconds that possibly happen in contractions.
Fuck you.
Who just joined us? For me, I was just gonna mention one webtoon that I've been reading recently.
Oh yeah, go for it.
This one, I believe, was called Copycat. Yes, Copycat.
I might have heard of this.
It is. Hold on. It's new. It came out recently. It only has, I think, 14 chapters out. That's free to read. The rest you gotta pay.
Is it done?
No. It has 8 chapters out. The rest you gotta pay.
Oh, okay. I know what's happening with it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So this is just the current release
schedule and everything. And
Gotcha.
This is by the same author that has done Sweet Home and Bastard, and one other person's with it too.
Ooh. Did Sweet Home? Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is his typical genres of being horror. It's also a mind games and crime solving webtoon. So this is about.
Got you.
Where is it? A failed artist named Shun Kim, and he was an inspiring artist that some reason was very infatuated with like murder and like crime scenes essentially, and so he had this art show of these sculptures of people killing other people. Like there was a scene where someone was getting pushed off of like a cliff or high building. Another one has like a head in his hand with a knife, like standing there, and it's really demented, kind of disturbing things. But he found it fascinating and had an art show for it. It failed. No one really came by to it because apparently
makes sense. That's
this also happened during COVID as well. So so it didn't go too well, and now he's just on his own and just kind of teaching, and all of his students and everything are kind of like, this man's shitty. He's not that good. But next thing he knew...
But he does have good art, though. Damn.
Next thing he knew, as he's talking to a friend, he finds out that his art is being sold across, like, overseas for billions of dollars. Like, someone has stolen his.
I think I might
idea.
crash
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Exactly. What?
Yeah. So
I think I would crash out. I was like, what do you mean you're making billions of dollars off of my
So,
shit? What?
because of this, he is trying to figure out who exactly is doing this, and that's where the story goes from there.
Okay, it's
It's
investigation.
investigation,
Gotcha.
but because of the theme of it, it's really demented because of how it can turn into, because this man could be a whole serial killer because of it.
I mean,
and yeah, and the way that the art is drawn is phenomenal. It gives you the fucking creeps. Like, I look at it and like, oh no, this isn't fucking good. So if you've read Bastard, or you read Sweet Home, or you watched the series, the Netflix, I think it was Netflix series, Sweet Home, this is the man, this is the reason why you have all this stuff. So please check it out. It's fantastic. Everyone's excited when it came back. And I guess that'll be it, since we're at the 2-hour mark. I won't go any further than that. Ahmani, what'd you do?
I mean, I basically went over everything we did.
Okay, we'll cut that. We'll just...
I was like, at this point, I'm like, I think you went over. I mean, obviously, like I said, I've been.
We did fight. We did have a fight.
Oh yeah, we were.
Yeah, we went to Straight Out 6
like
and Fight to Z.
We did. That was fun.
That was.
This is fun.
It is, yeah.
But nah. Other than that, like I've been, like it's chill. I'm still working on the manual for some of the stuff. So I guess be on the lookout for that when that drops.
Wild shit has happened.
I'll put this out. I'm looking for artists for the book specifically. So if you're an artist and want to potentially be a part of that, reach out and we'll work with you and see what's up. You can just simply want to do a piece for it, or it could be a situation in which you actually become the full-on artist of the book. But like, yeah, we're hiring actually in this case, so go ahead and look for that. Let us know. Just hit us up at paperplayaction@gmail.com, or hit us up on X, or anything else. Genuinely, like the Instagram or Bluesky, wherever you're at, so we can see. So I can just go and see your art and things of that nature. By all means, hit us up. We'll discuss things. But on that, yeah, no, I'm chilling. We literally talked about everything.
Okay. What?
All right. Considering the time frame, I think we can wrap this one up without further ado. We'll bring this one to a close.
Yes.
Yep.
So, what are we naming this one?
So Spider. But no. Did we talk? How far did we write on that one?
That was.
We ran into it quite a bit.
It was a bit, but not that.
Okay.
Long.
Okay.
I vote State of My Wallet.
Yeah. That's fair. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what? That's gold right there. All right. Peace.
See you guys. Be safe.
Peace.